win big.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
My friends and I, we drank beer, liked beer, still like beer.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
And welcome into the Morning Rush on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning. This morning, it's Friday, folks. You made it. Congratulations. You got one more day, one more work day, then you can cruise right onto the weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend for baseball, in which we'll talk about a lot this morning, dealing with Arkansas taking on the Tennessee Volunteers in a 3-game series in Baum Stadium starting tonight at 6:30 p.m., so we're going to have some fun with that. Also, the first round of the NFL draft happened last night. No Razorbacks taken, Tommy. No Razorbacks in the first round of the draft. Really surprising. Honestly.
I stayed up late waiting.
I know.
Thinking. Just any minute now.
Any minute. Somebody is going to take a chance on a Razorback, but I guess we're going to have to wait till today. See how the next couple rounds go and throughout the rest of the weekend. So who knows?
Maybe someone can explain what Kyler Murray was wearing. What color was that? He was a week late. That was an Easter color. I'm sure you appreciated that color, but...
That may have been even too much for me, and that's saying something. That may have been just over the top for me.
But he accomplished his goal. We're talking about it.
That's right. Well, hey, listen, we could talk about what any of these players that were drafted were wearing. There were some of them that just wore your good old-fashioned suits. Then there are other people that are wearing outfits and it almost looked like costumes. I'm like, good grief. Like, is that what, I don't know, Tommy, I'm sure just because of knowing you that if you were drafted into the NFL and you were going onto the stage to shake Roger Goodell's hand and hold a jersey up, I feel like you would probably have you a nice Hart Shafter and Mark suit with some white pinstripes that was black and a nice tie. Nothing too over the top.
When I was drafted, I wore Ralph Lauren. Just
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, well, sorry. I had to make sure I knew who you were wearing.
Polo, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like I feel like if I was up there, even and sometimes I go with very colorful outfits and stuff, even I would have to pump the brakes on some of these things. Yeah. But it's about standing out, and it's about your moment, and it is about all of these guys getting paid.
It looked like a stick of bubble gum or something he was wearing.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to figure it out because, again, if you're the number one overall pick, you're going to be going down in history, at least in some form or fashion, whether or not you live up to the expectations or you may be one of those busts. That's kind of what goes along with being the first and the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. But looks like that's what Arizona decided to do.
What'd they say, 150,000 people were on the streets of Nashville? Any desire by anyone in the room to be in that mix, to be in that crowd?
I mean, I'd like to be down there.
I mean, just maybe for the party scene. But I don't know if I'd like.
See,
it's not something that appeals to me. It doesn't appeal to me.
One of 150,000, I'm out. I mean, like Times Square, New York City, New Year's Eve. No appeal.
But
being in the, because what are you really going to? I go back to what are you really going to get to see? Because let's face it, we don't have the bucks, the know-how, the pool. We're not going to get like we're not going to go 24 hours advance camp out to be like on the front row, general admission. We're not going to do that. We're too lazy. And number two, we're not going to spend the dollars to get like VIP concierge treatment. So what are you going to see?
You're just going to be there to say you were there. But you got to admit, though,
and I'm not in on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you got to admit, Tommy.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed as an observer the amount of people that do it.
I'm with you, and I agree. But you have to admit, Tommy, though, that if the NFL said we are doing the NFL draft in Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is not going to happen, but just
anywhere in Arkansas,
but just say if they said we're doing it in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And you who live here,
we're going to do it on Dixon Street. Let's make it a little more realistic.
Well, I'm just saying, someplace
or the River Market in Little Rock,
someplace that's close in proximity to you, and in a city, in a place that's not really going to have something like that again. Would you not be interested in going?
Bricktown in Oklahoma City.
Okay, or just somewhere that's in proximity to where it's like next to you. Would you not be interested in going just as a local? Just saying, hey, this is not going to happen very often. This would be kind of cool to see how it goes and how it's and represent and all that.
Yeah, but to stand out there for hours on end in essentially a mosh pit for hours after hour after hour
in the rain
to see in rain to see to maybe there is enough alcohol, maybe, but it would take a lot.
It would take a lot. And
maybe I'm just grown past that. Maybe I can't see the world through that prism or that lens because I'm not 25 or 24 like Ty.
Well, is there anything of like that event that would have that many people that you would do that for? That you would stand out there and camp out there? Like, would there be something like that you would say is worth it?
Probably nothing to make my mother proud. Or my wife.
Yeah, probably nothing you can really share publicly here on the air.
Nothing that wouldn't bring me shame.
I'd be probably the same way, honestly. Well, I mean, I didn't know if there was a concert because I know you're a big George Strait fan. I mean, would a George Strait concert be worth that?
Nope.
Oh man,
I'm just not. Listen, I don't have the patience to sit in line at McDonald's. There's like 4 cars, and no, I'm just not that hungry. I just don't have the damn patience for that. So I'm sure as hell not going to be one of 150,000. That's just not me.
Well, see, I guess, and I'm different because in my college career of 7.5 years,
I don't eat at Chick-fil-A because there's too dadgum many cars.
Yeah. Well,
and they get you through quick, I hear. But I'm not going to find out. There's just too many cars. I'm not going to do it.
Well, in my college career of 7.5 years, I spent most of that time waiting and camping out and getting there early to be in the front row of the student section.
Yeah.
Which it didn't really bother me all that much because it's like, hey, what was I going to do anyway? You know, I had nothing. I had no life. I had no money. I was just going to sit there and get on my phone anyway. So it's kind of the same concept that it was like, all right, I could sit there and I could wait if it was something I really wanted to do and really wanted to see. I just don't know if the NFL draft would have that much appeal to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just, maybe it's just because there's not the NFL drive here in this state, or I'm not a big NFL fan like I am college football.
I suppose when I was 25 or 30, maybe there were things that would have. I think now that I've grown to the ripe old age of 43, I've just grown out of some of that. I just don't have the patience for it anymore. I'm telling you, kids will suck the life out of you. I'm just telling you.
Can't wait.
Right now. The frustration that comes. No, they're lovely. They're lovely. But I'm just telling you, you just, I think I've grown past some of that. And I just don't have the patience. I can't handle the frustration.
You'd wait in line, though, if it was like a national championship that Arkansas football was playing in, right? If it meant like getting good tickets, would you wait in line for that?
See, now you're talking fantasy again.
Well, I know I'm talking fantasy. That's all we have to go off of.
Are we talking football?
We're talking football.
Okay, let's make sure. Let's talk the sport here.
Yeah, no, it's football.
Football. Now you've piqued my interest.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is we gotta dig deep and find out what Tommy Kraft would say is worth waiting in line
what's
for.
striking a nerve here?
Yeah. What's worth his time? What event is worth his time?
Yeah.
So I mean, those there at the NFL draft last night in Nashville.
Hey, too many barnacles have grown on the underbelly here.
I'm telling you. But you got to. I think it's a great idea how the NFL's draft is moving around.
Listen,
too.
on TV, and I watched, and it's a great show on TV, and I am more than happy to watch it on TV.
Yes.
It just, I mean, if I lived in Nashville, maybe you go down the day or two before, you check out some of the party scene. I saw Ty, you retweeted to get a table at some of these places. It's like a minimum spend of $2,500 to even get in the house.
Yeah, it's a big corporate event. It's kind of like the Super Bowl where a lot of
Jason Aldean's place or something. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of Fortune 500 companies are sending like their higher level employees down there because of how expensive it was. And it was an awesome event. Like you saw the setup and everything, but the price of trying to go downtown, it's up there. Plus, if you're a bachelorette, like many of the bachelorettes that went this weekend, they were very disappointed to find out that the city was just flocked with NFL fans.
How do you not know that?
Because you're not interested in the NFL. You don't watch sports.
Do you not have Google? Do you not have a phone? I mean, how do you not?
All you care about is your bachelorette party, Tommy.
But when you search out calendars and things to do and events throughout the city of Nashville for your weekend, you didn't happen to notice that the NFL draft was going on? You didn't happen to notice that hotels were 4 times higher than market?
Guess not. Guess not. Yeah, that's on them though. Because in case you're just wondering what we're talking about, there was a local news story there in Nashville where there was a plethora of bachelorettes who were very upset the fact that their bachelorette party there in Nashville was not going to be going according to plan because the NFL draft was there that weekend.
Hotel rooms for the SEC tournament are like $250, $300, pretty much. What do you think they're running right now? I mean, you can't get one, I'm sure. I'm sure it's sold out across the board.
I'm sure online it says, contact us for price.
Right.
They don't even list the price. That's how bad it is. It's like
what do you think it would take? Look that up, Ty. What do you even think you could get a hotel?
No.
I doubt you could even get a room for tonight. But it'd have to be north of 1,000, right?
I think even
more.
Probably even the Super 8 may be more than 1,000.
Down, not on the outskirts, but
yeah, just like right there in the mix of
somewhere within a mile or two of Bridgestone.
You ain't getting one.
No, you ain't getting one.
Yeah, it's about around 300 ballpark.
$300 a night. That's not too bad. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it'd be like $800-900 minimum.
Well, again, maybe that's just the price they're showing you, but then they added all these extra fees and whatnot. It could be one of those deals.
I just know how high it is just for a normal event in a place like Nashville, like the SEC tournament.
Yeah,
it's not cheap.
Yeah, or just to go into
So I can only imagine what the prices of everything else there are for the NFL draft.
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling, and it's a lot more money than I'm willing to spend. I can tell you.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's a great TV show last night. It is. I enjoyed watching.
But that's the thing about it is I enjoy watching, not going.
That's the whole point of this dissertation.
That's right.
This old man dissertation I was given this morning.
Rather just watch it rather than just go. But we're going to talk about this. We're going to get into a lot of Razorback baseball as well. And your phone calls. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in here on a Fastball Friday presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Yeah, state sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot this weekend at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Every brand new Buick GMC, every pre-owned vehicle. It is the final weekend of the month. They got to make some things happen. They need you to help. So get over this weekend. Graduation's coming up, both high school and college. If you're thinking about a graduation gift, this will be a great weekend to maybe get the process started and completed because you're going to save hundreds, probably thousands this weekend, depending on your selection with state sales tax paid. Get all the details at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is Fastball Friday on ESPN 95.3. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Don't miss the 41st anniversary sale at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale through May 6th. Up to $6,000 off on in-ground pools, $500 down, and 0% financing for up to 60 months with approved credit on hot spring spas. Or save $800 off on Doughboy above-ground pools. It's the 41st anniversary sale through May the 6th at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is the Morning Rush.
At Hardee's, we love to surprise people. Not like getting summoned to jury duty or mistaking your backpack for a parachute. Our surprises are good, like adding our delicious loaded omelet biscuit to our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. Choose between our loaded omelet biscuit, our tasty Frisco breakfast sandwich, our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or our savory sausage and egg biscuit. Get any 2 for $4. It's the best kind of surprise. I mean, it's no pulling into a paid parking meter, but it's a close second.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Jody'sAuto.com has 3 locations and 3 oil change specials, one for every budget. Just a good basic oil change with synthetic blend oil, oil filter, top off the fluids and air the tires, $19.95. 5-quart system, some restrictions. Better, the preferred oil change, which adds 4 tire rotation and 12 months roadside assistance to the basic. Only $34.95, and the 5th oil change is free. Best, the Supreme, which adds 4-wheel computer spin balance and vacuum the front floorboard to the preferred. Only $49.95, and the 5th oil change is free. But Jody'sAuto.com is one stop, total convenience. Tires, repairs, service, maintenance, towing, and fleets. And voted best of the best for taking care of their customers. 2 locations in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren. Since 1984, convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com.
Spring is in the air, and spring fishing season is here. And Jelco Outdoors has the fishing gear you need to hook the big wall hanger this spring. Rods, reels, baits, tackle, fishing clothing, and rain suits, plus fishing kayaks. Jelco has it all for you. The best quality name brands at fair prices. Jelco Outdoors, your spring fishing headquarters in the River Valley. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Tired of all the broken promises and broken equipment at your current gym? The Fort Smith Athletic Club is the nicest and most well-equipped fitness and tennis club in the area, with a state-of-the-art fitness center, Pilates, fitness classes, personal and group training, and the best tennis facilities in the region. 7 outdoor courts, 5 indoor courts, plus pickleball and racquetball courts. And free childcare is included. The Fort Smith Athletic Club. Call 452-4031 for membership information.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Shipping and handling. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire or need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. No additional cost. Some restrictions apply, so learn more at shelterinsurance.com.
Ask shelter agents Randy Milam or Brad Howe about a free insurance review.
ESPN 95.3. All over the great state of Arkansas, this is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Going to get some quick hitting headlines that are presented by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, they're in Fayetteville, Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas, and Rogers. It's mowing season already. I know it, but you better get it done, and you can get it done fast with a Big Dog mower that has an industry-leading 7-year limited warranty. Big Dog will take care of you with a great price starting at $23.99 and 0% financing for 48 long months and 0 down with your approved credit. Get all the details at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers.
We're talking about the NFL draft last night, first round in the books. Kyler Murray, the number 1 overall pick to the Arizona Cardinals, which is funny because they literally just drafted Josh Rosen and thought that was their guy. They even came out with a tweet just a few months ago saying, Josh is our guy. Well, if you draft another quarterback, especially if it's number 1 overall, I don't know, Tommy, I could be wrong, but usually the ones that get drafted number 1 overall aren't going to be riding the bench, or at least not plan to ride the bench, especially someone like Kyler Murray.
But is Kyler Murray the kind of athlete, the kind of player you just can't pass on? Is he that good?
You know, I don't know. I feel like he's worthy of definitely being a first-round pick, maybe even a top 10 pick, but I don't get the same sense with him that I did with like Baker Mayfield. Somebody like that. I think it's his size that gets in the way.
Bring up Baker Mayfield. Isn't that pretty amazing? Oklahoma had 2 number 1 draft picks in a row.
2 Heisman
Trophy winners in a row. and no national titles.
I'm sure the Oklahoma fans would rather take the national titles than having the Heisman Trophy winners.
I may have accidentally pointed that out on Twitter last night.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, yeah. I mean, and well, the thing is, they've had good teams, but you can thank their defense for not probably putting him to a championship. It had nothing to do with the offense.
I don't think that's ever been done, ever. 2 back-to-back number ones that were both Heismans.
Yeah, I don't think that's been done ever.
It may never be done again.
What if Jalen Hurts wins the Heisman Trophy this year?
You know, that's realistic.
I'm telling you.
And could go number one.
I'm telling you. And if they do that 3 times in a row, we for sure know that's never going to happen again. But the thing is that, yeah, okay, that's all
I know
well and good.
but they won't win the national
title. But they won't win the national title.
You can bank on that.
So the only 2 players, it's Bush and Leinart, but they weren't back-to-back number 1 picks. But you had a different guy from the same school win the Heisman back-to-back, and then Archie Griffin won for Ohio State, but he's the same guy. But
yeah,
that point, I mean, Jalen's not going number 1. He doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
Lincoln's not that good of a. He needs to be a really good QB coach.
I don't know. I mean, the way that I know that Baker and Kyler are really good players already, but so is Jalen Hurts. So who knows what he can do? I want to watch it. I want to see how he does, because if he just blows the world's mind and he ends up winning the Heisman or something like that, then, geez, if I'm a quarterback, why would you not go to Oklahoma?
Hey, they're always really good for 12.5 games at Oklahoma.
12.5 is the key number there.
12.5.
But it'll get you paid if you're a quarterback. May not get the national title, but you'll get paid as the number 1 overall pick. Let's go to the phone.
Oklahoma.
Danny's in Russellville. What's going on, Danny?
Good morning, guys. When I was younger, I didn't mind being around crowds. I remember I went to the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis, and I believe there was about 300,000 people there. I guess that's the biggest crowd I've ever been around. But nowadays, I don't even like going to Taco Villa and picking up an order.
Unless it's one of them all beef burritos with and some of that cheese dip over there, man.
I'm telling you, Taco Villa, it's good, but boy, it's too small. You know, the baseball team, they really they let one guy beat them Wednesday. He hit 3 2-run home runs, and I was thinking, why not just try to pitch around him? You know, the same guy every time.
Might have been them 12 strikeouts that Arkansas had at the plate. Might have not helped anything.
Yeah, they left a lot of runners on base. And this weekend is huge because Tennessee's playing well, and we need to do better than that. No mental errors. Of course, we weren't pitching our top of the line. We're pitching the young guys, you know.
Yeah.
It was a Wednesday game, but we got to – this is a big series, you know. Arkansas, if they want to host a super regional, they need to keep the pedal to the metal. And, Tommy, you still on that keto diet?
Yes, I am, unfortunately.
Man, my wife got me on that, and we've been doing it for about 6 weeks. We feel a lot better.
I do, too. Other than I'm watching
when
everybody else eat good stuff.
Good, you really know that you don't feel as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you can eat all the bacon and eggs and meat and
just can't eat any French fries. That's
Appreciate the phone call, Danny.
No French fries on the
With
diet.
low interest rates, the home of your dreams has never been more affordable. There's a lot of work to find that dream home, and you need a pro on your side, and that's what Quantum Real Estate has. Seasoned pros that know how to help you find the perfect home, guide you through the financing, and even help sell the house you're in. And if you're thinking about getting into real estate investing, don't go it alone. Get a pro on your side. Quantum Real Estate, a division of Quantum Property Services, encompassing all your property needs. Online at quantumpropertyservicesinc.com, 479-434-6860.
Quantum. When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are 2 entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like,
all right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like weekday.
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend. Oh, cool. A ski boat. You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new, rugged and dependable 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and in 4/30/19.
We are celebrating 50 years at Razorback Camper Sales, and it's spring camping season. All remaining 2018 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups are at rock-bottom prices. Or check out the 26-foot Salem Limited Edition travel trailer with slide-out, 15,000 BTU air conditioner, loaded with options, only $18,990 or just $195 a month. Thank you for 50 great years at Razorback Camper Sales. Exit 1 off of the bypass in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hot dog! Spring is finally here and not a moment too soon. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. No spring training here. Our all-star team is ready to help you hit a home run with savings up to $3,200 below retail. And the bases are loaded with the freshest inventory in the fort. Cars, trucks, SUVs, all the most popular makes and models right here in one spot. To make this team, these vehicles have to be Rath Road ready. That means they're hand-picked, then inspected and reconditioned in our own Meineke Car Care Center, so you know you're getting the very best pre-owned vehicle you can buy. If you're keeping the car you have, turn the double play in our Meineke Car Care Center with half-off brakes and up to $200 savings on a set of Cooper tires. Don't commit an error on your next used car purchase. Knock it out of the park with up to $3,200 below retail at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer and proud sponsor of the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. You can't drink all day unless you start early. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush, where we are brought to you by... Oh, well, no, hold on a second. Well, no, like, I was setting it up for Tommy, then I look at the one he's holding. I'm like, that's not the one I'm about to say.
Do two.
I understand. Yeah. Sorry. Let's tell you about this whiskey festival that's upcoming this weekend.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you've already been into it. I think you've been sampling this morning.
Yeah, well.
The Bentonville Whiskey Festival.
Like Weiner says, you can't drink all day unless you start early.
I think you did. 50 of the most fascinating distilled spirits will be available for you to sample tomorrow, not go heavy like John, I think, already has this morning at the Bentonville Whiskey Festival. Call about details and the last few remaining tickets, 479-684-8677. I haven't heard from Nick. This thing may be hard sold out. I don't know. Call... I don't know where. Maybe Nick is, Let's
give his phone number out.
479-684-8677. Call or text, see if there's tickets available. Nick said there's only like a dozen left, and that was a week ago. I bet they're gone. But you can call and find out. arwhiskeyfestival.eventbrite.com. VIP tickets. Now, I bet if you buy a VIP ticket, Nick's going to sell those till you quit buying them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get in, I bet Nick will get you in. Bentonville Whiskey Festival. It's tomorrow at the Peel Mansion in Bentonville. It's at 400 South Walton Boulevard. Got swag bags for the VIPs. Going to open up a little early for you at 3 o'clock. Food samples, food trucks, and a whole lot more. And 50 of the most fascinating distilled spirits as well. That's all tomorrow afternoon beginning at 3. The Bentonville Whiskey Festival at the Peel Mansion in Bentonville.
By the way, yesterday we did the all-time Razorbacks draft, if you will, where we just went by eras of particular position groups, quarterbacks, running backs, all that fun stuff. Us three here on the show put together a full team. We put it out on social media for you, the fans, to vote on whose team was the best.
You must have won because that's the only reason you'd be bringing it back up.
Exactly.
If you had not won, you would.
I wouldn't even exist.
Right.
This poll, I would not even mention it.
Right.
But I won.
Well, I mean,
40% of you said that my team was the best.
So you didn't get a majority then. 40 to what? I didn't look
40. I got 40%. Ty got 33. Tommy, you got 27.
Well, see, all the young millennials voting this thing, they're not going to go look up who the 1975 linebackers were. They don't know who Dennis Winston was.
Hey, I had the 62 wide receivers.
They don't even know who the hell Lou Holtz was and that he coached here. So, whatever.
That's all right.
That's fine.
It's cool. It's cool. I think the main reason that I got the victory, though, is just because who my coach is. And when it comes to college football, it's all about coaches. And if you have a Hall of Fame coach, especially...
I had a Hall of Fame coach.
But who's better? Who's a better coach?
At Arkansas, it was Frank Broyles. There's no...
But in our overall career, who's a better coach?
That would be a great debate because Lou Holtz had a great career and Frank Broyles had a great career.
And they both have a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Holtz won his at Notre Dame.
I mean, in Arkansas, that debate is always going to fall and win, and should, in our state, on the side of
Frank Broyles.
Right.
But if you're taking their
as
entire
an Arkansan, I could not, in be genuine and honest, debate any argument that Frank Broyles would be second in. He was a winner in everything he did in life.
Yeah.
But Lou Holtz had a heck of a career, too. Coaching, broadcasting.
But do you think there's...
wasn't he a member at Augusta, too? I know
so.
Spurrier was.
Yeah, Spurrier was. Lou Holtz may have been. I don't know.
I know, when he was the coach at South Carolina. I don't remember, but,
You feel like Lou Holtz, though, is for sure the second best football coach at Arkansas, right, in their history?
That's the real debate. Who is the second best coach here? Because, listen, no one in their right mind with a microphone is ever going to argue that Broyles wasn't the best ever.
Right. He's got a national championship, the only one. I don't know. We may have that debate later in the show.
I got some bad news for you. Art's Barbecue is closed today.
Boo.
But it's today only. They got 2 off-site caterings, and they just, you only be in one place at a time. Back tomorrow, and $1 off all burgers on Saturdays. So, whatever your favorite burger is, and I recommend the bacon cheeseburger because they do their house bacon. $1 off on burgers tomorrow. So, hey, it's Saturday. Get you a beer and a burger. You can do that. So, $1 off burgers on Saturdays at Arts. Use that Waiter app, too. All right? So, closed today. One time only on a Friday deal. Back tomorrow. Arts Barbecue.
You almost have to be crazy to make the kind of offers we're about to make. But then again, you don't get to sell the Cadillac volume we do by offering wimpy discounts. So through the close of business Monday night, Orr Cadillac in Fort Smith is taking $10,000 off new 2019 Escalades. I'm not kidding. Just head to Orr Cadillac at the Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Pick out any new Escalade in stock and take $10,000 right off the window sticker. If you don't need all that room, Orr Cadillac is also taking $5,000 off all new Cadillac XT5 crossovers. And it wouldn't be like Orr Cadillac to offer discounts this big on 1 or 2 units. That's why you'll find every 2019 Escalade priced $10,000 off and every 2019 XT5 priced $5,000 off, but only for a limited time. Don't miss spring savings happening through Monday night at the volume leader, Orr Cadillac, on Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith, under the giant American flag.
Spring is in the air. Not in the house, Dalton. Okay, AJ. Aw, snap, I told you not in the house. Red Kool-Aid all over the white carpet. Mom and Dad are gonna... Okay, AJ. I can't believe it. We're so in trouble. I told you so.
Thank you for calling Service Master Clean. This is Tanya. How can I help you?
Tanya, it's Dalton. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Think Service Master Clean. Visit us online at smcleanonline.com.
Got a mystery stain on the carpet and the kids insist they don't know what it is? Or you're just ready to give the house a good spring cleaning? Call Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Call today for spring specials.
Service Master Clean. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. It's okay, AJ.
ESPN 95.3. Mornings suck. Let John and Tommy make them suck less. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Fastball Friday, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot this weekend at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Save hundreds, more like thousands this weekend, but you got to buy before the end of April to get this deal. So get it this weekend, all right? Get by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You know, I was thinking about this last night when the NFL draft was going on, because we talked a little bit about just the crowds and everything, and seeing Kyler Murray go number 1 overall. You know, there's been a lot of Razorbacks that have gone high in the NFL draft. I guess the one of recent memory is probably Darren McFadden going the highest at 5th overall to Oakland. Jamal Anderson, I believe, went 8th overall to the Atlanta Falcons.
Ragnall's the most recent first rounder, and that was it 19th or 21st? Somewhere right.
And it was later in the first.
Right.
Later
first round, but
right. But Arkansas is. Bless you. Arkansas has never had a number 1 overall pick.
It was almost a girl sneeze there.
Well, no, I appreciate him trying to cover it up.
He did. He's
trying
to muffle it.
Yeah, trying to muffle
20th.
20th.
Right.
Okay, for Frank Ragnow. So
I said
right in the middle.
I said 19th or 21st. I was right around.
Right in the middle. But it made me
darts. I'd be really good.
It made me wonder, since Arkansas has never had a number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
First question would be, will they ever?
Yeah.
And second question will be, if they do, what position will it be? Because quarterback seems to be all the rage when it comes to number 1 overall picks, just like in everything else in football. They're always the Heisman winners. They're always the award winners. They always get all the praise, all the glory, all that.
Well, you'd say it's probably not going to be a running back. Like if McFadden's kid grows up and comes to Arkansas and is like the great and wins like 4 Heismans, still.
Running back's just not that position anymore.
Generally doesn't go. I mean, never's a big word, but generally running backs just don't. You're more likely at like left tackle to go number 1, than running back. That's just the way the game is right now, because of the longevity of your career to invest that much money. And so you'd have to just say, just based on the logic of the draft, that it would have to be like the sire of Tyler Wilson coming up and being the number 1 draft pick, something like that,
So you feel like it'd have to be a quarterback, if it ended up being the case.
Just based on the logic of the draft.
Mm-hmm. And where it's going. Because here's the thing, football's always changing. It's always adjusting. There's always going to be times where, for a while there, we mentioned running backs. Like running backs were hot commodities. Mm-hmm. It's, in fact, you would make an argument that some of the best players in the NFL at some periods in time were running backs. And it's even just as recent as 10, 15 years ago, you had that. But just if you look at just the past few number 1 overall picks, obviously the past 2 have been quarterbacks, both from Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Before that, you actually had Myles Garrett, the defensive end, go number 1 overall. But before that, you also had a quarterback and another quarterback, then another defensive end, then a tackle, then another quarterback, then a tackle, then a quarterback. So it's, I'd say, more than half the time it's going to be a quarterback. But if Arkansas is going to have a number 1 overall pick, do you think like they can get a quarterback at Arkansas, of all places, that can be good enough, successful enough, and built around enough to be a number 1 overall pick, to have that type of caliber player?
Well, I mean, what you got to have this is going to be a good and bad example all at once. You need another Mitch Mustang that pans out, though. You need that number 1 parade All-American that's in your state kind of guy. So that part you had. The in-state guy that's like everybody in the country wants him, number 1 quarterback in the country guy, but then he comes to college and like lives up to that. That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's what, so you just got to have like the genetic lottery in your state, or that perfect move in when he's in the 6th grade or something along that line happen.
Because I guess the closest thing that Arkansas has actually had to having a big-time quarterback that actually panned out and lived up to that expectation, I know it's not completely recruited out of high school, but Ryan Mallett was, by most accounts, the number 2 quarterback in his class that year, or top 5 player overall. He's right behind Jimmy Clausen, if you remember him, by most accounts. But he was a 5-star. He was a big-time caliber quarterback when he came to Arkansas, lived up to the expectation. But then he fell all way back for other reasons. I don't think it had necessarily to do with just his talent. But that's the thing, is finding the perfect storm of not only getting a great quarterback that lives up to the hype like you, but is also a quarterback that fits the mold of what the NFL is looking for. Because there's no question nowadays what the quarterback position, or what teams are wanting their quarterback position to be, is completely different from, say, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, if you just look at it, Andrew Luck and Sam Bradford, Matthew Stafford, those guys were the number 1 overall picks. But nowadays they're going Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, guys like that.
That was my next thought, was the mold has been broken a little bit. And did that start with a guy like, say, Russell Wilson, who's come in and proven you don't have to be 6'3", 6'4"? You don't have to fit this prototypical body type. And NFL executives and head coaches are willing to look. And listen, the RPO game has changed a lot of this. Things we're seeing, and this goes back to things we've heard Chad Morris right here at Arkansas talk about. And he's not the only one. It's not like he's the inventor of this thought, but he's certainly furthered the conversation about a lot of this stuff is not invented in the pros and in college. Where is these inventions or these developments of offensive football coming from?
High school.
High school football coaches. Coaches like a Rick Jones at Greenwood, Arkansas, and programs like that are, they meet with other coaches and a lot of these new schemes and new ideas and ways to put their athletes in a better position to be successful at the high school level, because coaches at that level, they can't go out and just pick their kids, or they got to do the most with what they have. So be inventive, be creative. And a lot of these things that have worked have come from the bottom up. A lot of times we think about football being invented from the top down, that everybody steals from the NFL down to college, down to high school. A lot of these offensive ideas, when you listen to these coaches talk about, they've come from the high school levels and worked their way up. And a lot of these wrinkles we're seeing in the RPO game, which the RPO game is really nothing new. I mean, the read option game has been around for decades. It's just being reinvented a little bit. But a lot of it has been reinvented from the high school level and worked its way up, and it's taken the longest to get back to where? The NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're seeing is it has been successful on high school levels. Those quarterbacks come to college. These college coaches say, well, this guy was winning a lot of games in high school doing this and eluding a lot of great defenders in Texas high school football or wherever. Let's try this. It works at college. Now we're starting to see a little bit more of that work its way into the pro game.
And I also think that that's why you see a lot more successful true freshmen, redshirt freshman quarterbacks translating into the college game a lot more quicker than what they used to. Because if you remember, Tommy, and I know you do, if you had a true freshman quarterback that started at your school, it was either meant something was really wrong or the expectation was really high on him. Like it wasn't happening.
Right.
I mean, look at even Mitch Mustaine, who was number one overall in everything as a true freshman. It's not saying he played terrible, but he definitely didn't have great numbers. And he wasn't the only one during that time. You just didn't hear of true freshman quarterbacks coming in at 18, 19 years old and setting the world on fire. But now look at what we're seeing. We're seeing guys that are coming in, and it's not just true freshmen, but just, redshirt freshmen or sophomores, guys that are really young in the game. They just come in and boom, they set the world on fire. Johnny Manziel, Jameis Winston, Kyler Murray, even a guy like, of course, Tua over at Alabama. I mean, he was kind of setting the mold. Jalen Hurts before Tua did a really good job as true freshman year. And I think that that's one of the main parts of it is because of how quickly it has translated the high school game, the college game. There's a lot more similarities than what there used to be. So it's a lot more comfortable for these big-time players to step in a system that they know how to do and be able to have the same freedoms that they had once they were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what's making the game change, but it's not necessarily changing it for the worse. I think it's changing it for the better because it makes for an exciting brand of football. And the NFL, now you see what Patrick Mahomes did last year and the type of things that he's doing. That's what NFL teams want. They want that type of football because not only is it effective, but it's also exciting.
It's just Tommy Kraft theory here, so it probably holds no water. But I think the offense is working its way in some part from bottom up. We're seeing some of this stuff. But I think the defense still is coming from top down because I think when some of this stuff comes out and nobody knows how to stop some of these things, but it seems like these defensive sages, these defensive gurus in the NFL that have nothing more to do than work 27 hours a day watching film and figuring out how to stop these guys are always the ones that figure it out first.
Oh, yeah.
So the schemes that work to stop some of these things always seem to come from the NFL and then are filtered down.
Yeah.
So defense, I think, still comes from the top down, but offense seems to see more invention from the high school level that comes up.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that in offense, not in all cases, because I know it's a team effort, but in offense, it's really reliable on having one player. You have to have a great quarterback.
If you don't have, it doesn't matter how great it does matter how great your line and all that is, but the RPO and all that stuff doesn't work unless the quarterback himself can pull it off because he's the key to it.
Right.
If he can't sell that play when he gets there and he reads the end, which is the whole key to, and then has the threat to run, you got to have the dual threat. Then the whole thing is, the defense isn't going to buy on it.
Yeah, and in the
that's the whole thing is, can you trick the defense there when you get to when you read the end.
And the high school level and the college level, if you have a great quarterback, that's going to help you win games just based on that alone. But on the defensive side of the ball, you can't just have one great linebacker and you be good. I mean, you have to have elite players on every position in order to stop that one quarterback and to be able to contain him, to be able to defend him, to be able to do all of that. And that's why the NFL level is because you have the greatest athletes. All the players run 4.4s. You know, even the defensive linemen are out there with really fast speed, and they also have great strength and great ability. And I think that's probably more so what it is because it's more of a team effort on defense to be able to slow it down. But on offense, you can get away with it with just having one great player. Again, not saying that that's all you have to have, but you can overcome so many different things if you have just a great quarterback that's being able to make it work out. But who knows? Hey, if Arkansas can do it, maybe with Chad Morris and the type of style that he runs, maybe at some point they can get to that.
But to bring it back to where we started the conversation, will Arkansas ever have a number 1 overall draft pick? And would it be a quarterback? You just have to be darn lucky. I mean, you would have to have that Corliss Williamson, once-in-a-generation type football player that probably is an Arkansan that decides to come here. Who has been that once-in-a-generation football player from our state? Who has been the greatest Arkansan in football? You'd have to say Darren McFadden. I mean, is there really any other answer? And he wasn't necessarily a quarterback, although he could throw it a little
He did play
bit.
quarterback at times.
Right.
And you went 500 in SEC play with him. Great. I don't know. I think it's going to be a quarterback, but like you said, Tommy, when will that be? And if you can get that lucky, that's what's going to come down to.
When's the next McFadden-type player come along, and will he be a quarterback?
Yeah, and who will be the coach, too, because that's another big important thing. All the pieces have to come together at once. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. The Morning Rush brought to you by the Ritchie Bros.
Yeah, if you need to sell heavy equipment and other assets, Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet offers unprecedented choices of ways to sell when, where, and how you want to do it. They've been in business for 60 years. They operate worldwide, so no matter where your stuff is at that you need to sell, Ritchie Brothers with Iron Planet can get it done for you. Experience, solutions, and global reach to maximize your return. That's what they offer. Sellers can take advantage of unreserved on-site auctions, weekly online auctions, and reserved online marketplaces, as well as Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet's global marketing and extensive buyer networks. Whatever your equipment selling needs are, call our buddy David Lee, 479-322-2052. That's 479-322-2052 or online at RitchieBros.com.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can shop online anytime at harryrobinson.com.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
Hey there, it's Travis Toller from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. Big Dog Mowers have you covered no matter the job. With an industry-leading 7-year limited warranty, Big Dog will take care of you. And with prices starting at $23.99 or 0% financing for 48 months and 0 down with approved credit, you can have that perfect lawn you need and want without breaking the bank. And if you serve or have served in the military or as a first responder, take advantage of the Big Dog Hero Program and receive 10% off your next mower. Come see us at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas and Rogers today.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like,
all right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like... Weekday?
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool. A ski boat.
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new, rugged and dependable 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and in 4/30/19.
This is the Morning Rush.
At Hardee's, we love to surprise people. Not like getting summoned to jury duty or mistaking your backpack for a parachute. Our surprises are good, like adding our delicious loaded omelet biscuit to our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. Choose between our loaded omelet biscuit, our tasty Frisco breakfast sandwich, our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or our savory sausage and egg biscuit. Get any 2 for $4. It's the best kind of surprise. I mean, it's no pulling into a paid parking meter, but it's a close second.
Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Thinking of building a new home? Doing a little remodeling? Need a new roof or siding? Or thinking about any other home improvement project? Call Infinity Property Development at 414-4102 for a quote today. They will work with you and give you options to fit your budget. Large jobs, small jobs, or anything in between? Infinity Property Development does them all. Infinity Property Development can turn any vision into reality. Call them today at 414-4102 and start your vision today.
Or Nissan has the most affordable cars in every category. Most affordable sedan. This 2019 Nissan Versa sedan is only $11,957. America's most affordable pickup. This 2019 Nissan Frontier is $21,389. Most affordable SUV. This 2019 Nissan Kicks is $19,824. Most affordable 7-passenger V6 SUV. This 2019 Nissan Pathfinder is $28,607. Plus, only Or Nissan gives you a lifetime powertrain warranty and free car washes for life. So head to Or Nissan in Fort Smith under the giant American flag.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through covered drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
Spring is in the air, and spring fishing season is here. And Jelco Outdoors has the fishing gear you need to hook the big wall hanger this spring. Rods, reels, baits, tackle, fishing clothing, and rain suits, plus fishing kayaks. Jelco has it all for you. The best quality name brands at fair prices. Jelco Outdoors, your spring fishing headquarters in the River Valley. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Frank Roll Furniture, with the best seats in the house for the month of April, is offering no sales tax and free delivery within 30 miles. Plus, yes, that's right, plus 15% off on all cash, check, or card sales, and 10% off on our in-store no credit check financing. Again, April, 15% off cash, check, or card, and 10% off our in-store no credit check financing with no sales tax and free delivery within 30 miles. Frank Roll Furniture, the best seats in the house. TVs and appliances excluded.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Always appreciate Officer Breeden.
Really appreciate Officer Breeden right now.
Yeah, I mean, bringing in. Are you talking about for the breakfast or just him giving us his presence?
We appreciate him bringing something great to eat, but I just appreciate him stopping by to visit.
I do too. I always enjoy
I just
him.
like seeing Officer Breeden when he stops in the studio.
He's always got a great story to tell.
Good story. Always like seeing just the visit. You know.
Well, he has brought in some breakfast pizza. Now, Tommy, you're on this diet. Are you going to eat some of that?
Well, I did good the other day. I'm going to resist again today.
Oh, come on. Girl hair. Get you a slice of pizza.
I have worked my butt off for a month, not having carbs or sugar.
Ty, you going to get yourself a slice?
Is water wet? God, that's...
Well, I know that you've been trying to watch your weight and everything, too. So,
well, tail off to get these 20 pounds off.
Well, one slice of pizza ain't going to kill you.
Yeah, that's how it all begins.
Yeah, and then you just get off the wagon again.
It's the gateway food, pizza.
The gateway food is breakfast pizza. So, no, I'm probably going to have me some of that here this morning.
The gateway food.
The gateway food. Always appreciate the Officer Breeden coming in and taking care of us and giving us some great stories. That is for sure. Hey, Supercuts of Arkansas is hiring licensed cosmetologists and barbers. Join their family and take advantage of their amazing benefits, growth opportunity, and continued education, where team members will earn up to 2 weeks of paid time off, commission-based performance pay, great tips, birthday pay, company-sponsored health insurance, and so much more. And as a team member, you will attend the Supercuts Hairstylist Training Academy for 1 week, cost-free, and extensive color training and additional training seminars and recertification class each year. Simply apply online at supercuts.com or contact Joe at 520-203-4316. Supercuts, the next step to secure your future.
You know, he's talking about number one players drafted number one. Someone brought a player up to me during the break, texted in, and the name's Sean Andrews. And there was a player right there that had potential, obviously didn't get drafted number one, but you talk about a player that could have been drafted. Offensive lineman.
Offensive tackle.
When we were going through the list earlier of quarterbacks and defensive ends and tackles, about half the time as you went through the history of players that go number one, offensive tackles have went number one, and we think about it being a quarterback, but there could certainly, in Arkansas, and particularly in southern Arkansas, has produced some great defensive linemen and great offensive linemen. And Sean Andrews, Camden Fairview, I believe, is where he played. Was his brother Stacy? I believe it was
Stacy Andrews. Yeah,
yeah. So there's nothing to say that there couldn't be another great offensive lineman, and particularly left tackle, come out of South Arkansas or somewhere in Arkansas that could be a potential number one overall pick from the University of Arkansas as well. We think quarterbacks, we think some of these specialty positions, but there's probably a greater likelihood of a 6'8" or 6'9" lineman with all the quick feet skills and all the hand skills and everything that goes into being an elite lineman. Probably a better likelihood of that type of that body type and that skill set coming from our state than there is a quarterback.
Yeah.
If you want to just look at the reality of it.
Yeah, and it's funny you bring up Sean Andrews because I had to look up exactly how his career ended because I know he's not in the NFL anymore, but he hasn't played since 2011.
Right.
Because he was with the Giants for that 1 year. But according to Wikipedia, which never lies, Sean Andrews retired from football, has moved back to Arkansas, and has expressed hopes in becoming a stand-up comic.
Okay.
I don't know how his career has gone in the stand-up comic business since 2011, but I guess you got to do something.
Well, he was an outstanding college football player.
He was.
There were some other challenges there, but for him personally, but he's in the conversation for one of the greatest linemen to ever play at Arkansas.
He was two-time consensus All-American.
Yeah.
To be two-time consensus All-American at a position like that with how many players are in college football, it's pretty big time.
But Sosa Game, another good lineman. I know it's defensive side, but Arkansas can produce some linemen too.
No doubt.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Call them at 479-997-2366 or log on to BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Hey dads, do you have an athlete in your house that is looking to take their skills to the next level? XL Speed Training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club has the proven results to maximize your athlete's potential. Designed for both male and female athletes of all ages and various sports to improve mobility, endurance, agility, and vertical jump. Take your game to the next level with XL Speed Training. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. That's Mike at 479-926-0193 at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Plenty of sunshine with us today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will climb into the lower 70s. We're expecting to see partly cloudy skies tonight, low 50s, and then a chance of some showers and storms as we head through Saturday. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Quantum Property Services. Buying, selling, investing, and encompassing all your property needs. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is the Morning Rush.
Well, the stuff we're going to do today, we're going to try to go at a fairly good pace. It's going to be new to you guys, a lot of it. I will tell you that any drill we do has been brought from the NBA. So the first drill we do is a drill that Golden State does every day to start practice. So everything we do here, it's all about how do we win big. That's the only thought process in our mind. How do we win big?
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
My friends and I, we drank beer, liked beer, still like beer.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson in studio with you today. Thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning on a Fastball Friday, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. State sales tax paid on every vehicle this weekend at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That'll save you hundreds, more like thousands this weekend, but you need to buy this weekend. Selection's at its best. They still got some of the 2018 GMC Sierra trucks. Less than a dozen of these remain. They started with 36 of these at the beginning of the month. Really been a great response to this. Big savings, big rebates. You can check it all out, get the details. Sales tax paid this weekend. Less than 11 right now as we started the week. So go by and check that deal out at Harry Robinson. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. State sales tax paid at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Tommy, I think I need a new laptop. I need you to buy me one.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, because I've had this.
First National Bank of Tommy right here.
I mean, that's what the perception is.
Sure.
I've had this laptop. It's a MacBook. I've had it since 2010. Okay. And
I'll tell you got your money's worth.
Well, four of my vowels, depending on it, on the keyboard don't work. And I need these vowels.
A-E-I-O-U. Which ones are
not? And Y, if you consider it. Because some people consider Y a vowel.
Why would you consider Y?
I don't know. That's just what people say. But it's
Pat and Vanna don't.
It's right here in the top, of the keyboard. That's the Y, U, I, and O keys that don't work.
On my keyboard, I've got to get a new keyboard in my office because the shift on the left side does not. It's about wore out.
Well, see, then we can get two computers at once. You can give me a new MacBook.
I don't need a computer. I just need a keyboard. No. $10 keyboard.
You can give me a new MacBook, and then you can get yourself a new keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
So we all win. And I'm glad also, by the way, Officer Breeden called in and said that you can eat the pizza that he brought us because they're on this diet.
Yep.
If you just scrape the toppings off and eat that instead of having the crust. Because,
just eat the toppings? Because it's cheese and eggs and sauce. That's just protein.
It's protein.
That would fit.
Yeah.
All right, talk me into it.
Yeah, we're all about protein. And also, since, we're on this conversation, it was brought up that during the commercial break that Ty Richardson feels like he is far and away, without question, without doubt, in better shape than me and Tommy. Like, it's not even, maybe. I feel like I'm probably B, but it'd be close. No. He feels like between me and Tommy, he is just far and away in better shape than us.
He's definitely leaner.
I will give him that.
But that doesn't mean he's in better shape.
Yeah, because there is a big difference.
He's pretty scrawny. I'm not sure he could even bench press the bar, much less much weight on it. So I don't know. I mean, shape is just all in how you define it.
Mm-hmm.
Fitness has a lot of different definitions. You probably could outrun us. Probably have more endurance on a treadmill or some kind of running deal. But that doesn't mean you're necessarily in better shape.
So how do you define better shape?
There's a lot of different ways to define fitness, Ty.
And it depends on the fitness test that you were referring to.
Well, I'm going to CrossFit next week with John because it's bring a friend next week to CrossFit. Tommy, I'll be happy to go work out with you anytime you want.
I think by the second or third hour of the workout, you'd be crying.
Okay, you can look at it that way. You can think that.
Oh. Man. Well, see, that's the thing is that it's very competitive here on the Morning Rush. And obviously, all of us feel that we have our own respective fitness goals that we do, and we have our own exercises and our own workouts we do.
I would hope a 24-year-old young man would be in better shape than.
See, that's the thing is the pressure's on Ty. It's not on Tommy or me. It's on Ty.
That's why I'm confused where you're arguing the point here.
Well, I mean, you're saying it as though it's like some kind of
like it's not even a question, and it's stupid to even fathom that.
Because Tommy's
you're
40,
how old?
24, and you're 43.
Right.
So it's 19 years. So yes, it's not a question. I'm in better shape.
And you feel like you're far and away better shape than me, too, right?
It's not as the deficit isn't as
the
large,
deficit.
but yeah.
Okay. Well, guess we'll find out next week just how good a shape you're in CrossFit. Because that's the thing is like I could be in great CrossFit shape, but that doesn't mean Ty. I mean, that's the thing is it's different. You do different workouts, you get used to different things.
When you get used to exactly right. That's why you always got to be mixing up your routines.
Yep.
Because
I know Tommy's routine.
I can go run a couple of miles, and that's not a problem. But you start changing up the pace, you start changing up inclines, you start just doing a whole other routine of workouts, and then you're like, I lost a lung somewhere back there,
Well, and see, I kind of know what your workout is, Tommy, because I know that you rely on the treadmill a lot because in your job, when you're officiating, you got to run a lot. I mean, it's kind of the thing.
It's part of my routine.
Right, it's just part of it. I'm not saying it is only your routine, but it's a big part of it. Mm-hmm. And, in the workout that I do a lot of burpees and squats. It seems like every single workout I'm doing is squats.
Those are two things I try to stay away from.
I know, lucky me, right? And then, so I don't know what Ty does as far as his workout. I know that he goes to the gym. I do know that. Better not be stealing my protein shakes. But as far as what your workout is, what would you say you do the most? You rely on the most?
So, according to Dr. Heim, he thinks I have a torn meniscus, so I got to get MRI. So I have been biking instead of running. I used to run a mile every day before.
So we'll have a.
So Tommy could beat you in running then.
I probably could still beat him, even with the torn meniscus. Yes.
We got to set this up somehow. Got to set it up. Hey, because I remember before I started,
if you can't beat someone 19 years older than you, then
that's why I don't get why we're having this argument.
Well, it's more for fun's sake because we're all competitive and we like to talk trash to one another. But I remember before I even started here, like the week before I started on this show, Ruskin and Tommy and Nick had a 40-yard dash contest, so you could run the fastest 40. Now, it was no question who ran the fastest 40, and that would be Nick Mason, because Nick Mason does not go to the gym, but yet he still looks like he could play D1 basketball. That's just how he's built. But I will say that Tommy was faster than what I thought he would be.
I'm in much better shape today than I was then.
So I mean, he's got some speed on. He's got some wheels.
I'm not arguing that Tommy's not in shape, but he's in shape. Let's put it in context for his age. There's a big difference.
There's an asterisk next to his thing.
There's a big difference between being in shape and then being in shape for your. He's clearly in shape for his age, but when you match up against even a 24-year-old with a torn meniscus, it's still not.
Could you run a 40-yard dash?
Honestly, I haven't run since January.
We need to set that up again, Tommy. Find a way to go out there and run a 40-yard dash and see how we've developed from last year. At least see how much.
Here's one thing I know without question: if y'all want to try this out, you can. I'm out. Breeden would whoop us all.
Oh, power clean?
On anything. So if you want to mess with Officer Breeden on any fitness test, get after it. But I'm out.
Yeah, he needs to be the one that gives the fitness test.
Yeah, I was going to say he knows a lot of different aspects of that. He could set up each competition for all of us and what we need to do.
He'd kill us. Like he would look at us like I know what this person needs, and so let's make him do it and just absolutely torture himself.
If you've got you're out there listening to this conversation, like when are they going to talk about sports? We'll get to it.
Hey, this is sports, powerlifting, fitness,
if you have this vision in your mind of what a drill sergeant looks like,
that's Officer Breeden.
He is like the prototypical image of a drill sergeant. Like if you drop your kid off at basic training, Officer Breeden's going to be there at the bottom step of the bus.
Yep.
The meeting. That's who's there.
A lot of upper body weight.
This is who our buddy is here.
Yep.
So he'd be the perfect person to do this.
Yep. You can tell just by the way he stands, his body language,
his posture, the whole bit.
Yep. And then the fact he has no hair, it's completely bald on there.
He would be the perfect drill sergeant at basic training. So he'd be the perfect person to conduct.
I'm telling you. See, we're brainstorming here on this show. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna put it on some film. We're gonna make it work.
You're right about these toppings.
Yeah, and then see Tommy's over there chowing down on the healthy part of the breakfast pizza, which is the cheese and the sausage and
Thanks
the
for the phone call on that.
Yeah, I know. See, he's trying to help us out already, trying to help you with your diet, so that way you eat a little healthier too. Although, man, it's tough. I'll be about the crust too. Is it pizza without crust? What does it become?
Mm-hmm.
Just toppings.
I'm just happy Tommy's eating some of it. I'm proud of you, Tommy.
I'll run it off later.
We're proud as punch, Tommy. We're proud of you. That you're over there scraping off the eggs of a breakfast pizza and putting them in your mouth right here.
Really arrived.
On the Morning Rush. Yeah, it just took you, what was it, how long have you been doing the show? 13 years now?
It really arrived.
13 years, and it took you this long to finally, jeez, Tommy, 13 years on a single radio show. That's impressive. That's something that you need some sort of like
just hope
medal.
I make it one more day.
You need
hope
a medal.
I make it through the rest of the show today.
You
may not make another hour.
Uh-oh. You may
not
missing.
make it through this hour.
May go missing here in a bit.
I don't know. You never know.
Jeez. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Doesn't get to me.
I'm glad we got that out of the way, and now we can set up our fitness expedition here on the Morning Rush, and we'll be sure to keep everybody updated because I know you're waiting with bated breath as far as that's going to go. But we will get back into sports. Don't worry, folks. We are going to talk a little bit about the Razorback baseball team.
Somehow we're going to prove that Ty is in the worst shape.
Yes, we're going to find a way. Just like he had the best hair of the show, which he lost that one. Maybe we'll have the best in shape there as well. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. The Morning Rush brought to you by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, they're in Fayetteville, Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas, in Rogers. Big Dog Mowers have you covered with an industry-leading 7-year limited warranty. Big Dog will take care of everything with prices starting at $23.99 or 0% financing for 48 months and 0 down with approved credit. And they'll take care of everything to help you have that perfect lawn. And if you've served in the military or you're a first responder, like our good friend Officer Breeden, you can take care of that with the Big Dog Hero program and get 10% off your next mower. Stop in at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers for your Big Dog mower today.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can shop online anytime at harryrobinson.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gastons, a first-class time every
State
time.
sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is the Morning Rush.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
Doe's Eat Place is the best of the best steakhouse in the River Valley. Award-winning steaks in a great atmosphere is what you will experience every time. Doe's Eat Place offers over 150 selections of wine, including 50 Cabernets, 200 spirits, including 80 whiskeys, bourbons, and scotch, and 75 beers, with 20 different local beers and 50 imported and craft beers. Everything you need for a memorable evening is at Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd in Fort Smith. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Call 784-9111 for reservations.
Are you tired of your increasing home and business rates? Go see the Matt White Insurance Agency today so he can review your policies so you can plan the next year with confidence. They have new products and new rates, which is beneficial in finding the policy that best fits your needs. Call the Matt White Insurance Agency today at 434-5101 and let them help with all your business and home needs. The Matt White Insurance Agency, a solution to every need.
I'm here at Alma Tractor and Equipment visiting with Jim Barker about the open house April 26th and 27th.
Now is an excellent time to come by and take a look at the Bad Boy mower line made right here in Arkansas. We have several new products on display that you can take a look at. We also have several holdover mowers with excellent deals on those, so come by and take a look.
Don't miss it, folks. The annual open house April 26th and 27th at Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma, or check us out online at almatractor.com.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day.
day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
You're telling me there is a place?
3 places, 2 in Fort Smith, 1 in Van Buren.
That can do everything to my pickup?
And my car. Jody'sAuto.com can do everything from oil changes and maintenance to repairs. All repairs. They'll even tow it in and then fix it if your truck breaks down on the road. One stop everything.
What about tires?
All the best brands. These people really know tires and have free flat repair and free road hazard. Best prices on tires anywhere and price match guarantee.
Okay, so what's the catch? I bet they don't do financing, right?
Nope, wrong again. Jody'sAuto.com has the best credit card in the car care industry, and you can apply online.
Jody'sAuto.com voted best of the best for customer service, and a big part of that is convenience. One stop for everything. 3 oil change specials, tires, service, repair, maintenance, towing, and fleets. 3 locations since 1984. Convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to the nonsensical life of John Neighbors and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Gonna have Razorback baseball tonight versus Tennessee starting up 6:30 first pitch. Tomorrow will also be a 6:30 pitch. Hopefully the weather holds out. And then on Sunday, you got kind of an odd deal where you have 4 p.m. as the first pitch for Razorback baseball. Kind of a strange thing, but that's what happens when you're trying to accommodate television. So it's going to be a late one there for the Razorback baseball team this Sunday. And, you know, it's funny, too, because this is the 5th straight weekend that Razorback baseball has faced off against a top 25 opponent. It's almost like the SEC is really good at baseball for some reason. So I'm not totally sure how that's going to plan out. But I do know that one of the bigger storylines in this is the fact that Tony Vitello is returning to Baum Stadium. And he was the former assistant coach under Dave Van Horn for many years. He's done a really good job with what Tennessee had when he took over and where he's at right now. And here's another stat for you folks and why it's so important that this weekend that Arkansas is not only going to have to make sure that their bats get going, but also that they score when they have guys on base. Because that seems like that's kind of been the issue in a lot of these games this season that Arkansas struggled in, is having players and runners in scoring position and unable to convert on getting them home. Tennessee has the nation's best ERA as a team. The nation's best. So you're going to have to make sure that if you get those guys in scoring position, you got to make sure you get them in.
You know, Dave Van Horn talking, obviously, midweek after some of these games about fundamentals. So we got away with some stuff in the Tuesday game, then the Wednesday game. I think some of that stuff he was talking about, you know, dropping their head and just there was a base running error in Tuesday. And obviously that game at 19-2, those things didn't come back to haunt him. But he pointed some of those things out even after a big win. Hey, those things this weekend will come back to get you. You know, so I think he's probably been hammering a lot of fundamentals. If he mentions it to the media, I can only imagine some of the things he said to the team. So those were some of the comments that he made in the post-game comments. I think it's about focusing in on some of these things, and fundamentally you're just going to have to be very sound this weekend at the plate, on the base paths, because you can't let a run or two here or there get by you with a self-inflicted mistake.
Yeah, I feel like this is if Arkansas is going to win this series, they're going to be in close games and not very high-scoring games. You're not going to have like they did against this previous weekend that they had against a team like Mississippi State, where they had some high-scoring games in there. It's going to be a grinder. May have some quick games here too, depending on how it all plays out. But at what point in time, though, do you feel comfortable? Like, is Arkansas at the point where they're going to host at least a regional? I mean, are we at that point? Or I know they still have.
There's too much baseball left to say that. I think
because they could lose every game. I know that, but just realistically,
right? Yes, I think so.
Okay.
They'd have to really mess the bed at this point.
It's kind of where I'm at too.
I mean, it had to be like only win 2 conference games or something along those lines at this point, because their RPI is what, 5? We looked it up. What was it? We know what their ranking is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we're not talking about hosting at this point. We're talking about top 8 national seed, the next level.
That's what you're playing for.
You're playing right now to host. Now the question is these Pac-12 teams. The Stanfords and the Oregon States. There's 3 teams out there that look like they're in really good shape to be top 8 national seeds as well. And then you got Georgia and Vanderbilt over in the East that are ahead of Arkansas in the rankings and the RPI too. And then you got LSU and A&M, and you got still Mississippi State hanging around. So I think if you want to feel really comfortable going to Hoover, you better be the 1 seed out of the West. You better be the Western Division champion if you want to feel like you're going to Hoover and you're going to be a top 8 national seed.
That's fair. I think if Arkansas wins these next,
as it stands today,
right?
Now,
everything can change.
Everything can change in the next 4 weekends.
Yeah, because last night Ole Miss beat Texas A&M. So I mean, in their early game series on a walk-off. So
I just don't know
things
that
can happen.
We talked with Andrew Hutchinson earlier in the week. Last year the SEC got 4. I don't know if the SEC. I think the SEC will get 3 for sure. Top 8 of the top 8. 4's iffy. Could happen, but I think 3's you'd bank on. 4 you wouldn't necessarily put the farm on.
And if it ended today, you'd get 3, and more than likely with Georgia, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas if it ended today. But there's a lot of work.
It's not ending today.
No, exactly. You still got 4 SEC series to play if you are these teams. But I feel like if Arkansas wins the series against Tennessee and wins the series against Kentucky next week, which they should do because Kentucky is not a good team, but it's crazy always in the SEC when it comes to baseball. That'll leave the 2 series left against 2 of the better teams in this division of LSU and Baum Stadium and then Texas A&M and College Station. If Arkansas can just find a way, somehow, some way, to win one of those, I feel like they're in great shape for being a national seed. But they have to win 3 of the last 4, essentially. And these next 2 are going to be your easiest, even though they're not easy. It's going to be your easiest way to get into that national seed talk.
Former Razorback pitcher Scott Tabor going to join us coming up in about 10 minutes or so. We'll talk to him about not only this weekend series, but also the reunion of the 1979 and the 2009 College World Series teams that will occur this weekend. I'll give you a guess which one he will be out there for. And it's not the 2009 team, but he'll be there this weekend for the reunion of the College World Series teams. So,
what was it like being a student back then, going to those games?
Mm-hmm.
George Cole Field. That was back when it was George Cole Field?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Up there where the parking deck is now?
Yeah, essentially. It's way back when, man. Going way back in time there. But
it'll be a fun weekend.
It will be. Especially when both of those teams, I mean, there's going to be for the older crowd and for the younger crowd of all these baseball players that they remember. So should be a lot of fun, that is for sure. So this is the Morning Rush brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas.
Yeah, their 41st anniversary sale is on right now through May the 6th. You can save big money on in-ground pools, hot springs, spas right now with financing for 60 months with approved credit with 0% financing right now with just $500 down, $6,000 off on in-ground pools, and $800 savings on Doughboy above-ground pool packages. 41 years. Congratulations at Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith and in Springdale. Your source for backyard fun.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Kick off the season the right way with a new RV from Crabtree RV in Alma. Crabtree is extending our RV show pricing all season long. Check out our spring show specials like a Salem 207 with a slide and bunks for $147 a month. And with RV show pricing, you can take up to $10,000 off of MSRP on new travel trailers and up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels. And we'll still give you more for your trade than the other guys. At Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Don't miss the 41st anniversary sale at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale through May 6th. Up to $6,000 off on in-ground pools, $500 down, and 0% financing for up to 60 months with approved credit on hot spring spas. Or save $800 off on Doughboy above ground pools. It's the 41st anniversary sale through May the 6th at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
If you take great pride in your lawn, it's time to come by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and check out our full line of Hustler zero-turn lawnmowers. Zero-turn mowers from Hustler will give you the perfectly manicured cut you want. With power, strength, and speed, you can quickly maneuver around any obstacle with ease. And with payments starting as low as $54 a month, you can have that perfect lawn without breaking the bank. So come by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville today or see us online at williamstractor.com to check out our full line of Hustler mowers. Williams Tractor is here to get you ready for spring.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hot dog! Spring is finally here and not a moment too soon. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. No spring training here. Our all-star team is ready to help you hit a home run with savings up to $3,200 below retail. And the bases are loaded with the freshest inventory in the fort. Cars, trucks, SUVs, all the most popular makes and models right here in one spot. To make this team, these vehicles have to be Rath Road ready. That means they're hand-picked, then inspected and reconditioned in our own Meineke Car Care Center, so you know you're getting the very best pre-owned vehicle you can buy. If you're keeping the car you have, turn the double play in our Meineke Car Care Center with half-off brakes and up to $200 savings on a set of Cooper tires. Don't commit an error on your next used car purchase. Knock it out of the park with up to $3,200 below retail at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer and proud sponsor of the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. All over the great state of Arkansas. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by Southern Tire Mart.
Yeah, tax season is come and gone. That refund that's in your pocket right now will be perfect for some tires for upcoming vacation season that's really not that far away. Kids got about a month left in school. Got that trip planned for the summer. Get some tires that you need right now at Southern Tire Mart. They offer the best tires, the most trusted brands of tires, including their best-selling Toyo tires. So if you need those, get by and see them at Southern Tire Mart, Highway 271 and 540. And if you need an oil change, they do them every day for $24.95. Southern Tire Mart, Highway 271 and 540, or call them at 646-2674.
We talked a little bit about the NFL draft in the first round that happened last night, Kyler Murray being the #1 overall pick to Arizona. If I would have told you that the second quarterback in the NFL draft to be taken was a guy named Daniel Jones, would you have? I mean,
obviously Giants fans were.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the quarterback from Duke.
But if you paid attention to what Kuiper and some of these guys were saying, this shouldn't have been a massive surprise to people that this guy was going to be drafted high in the draft.
It's almost like people didn't want to believe it, though. They hear it, but they don't want to believe it.
Because he was a quarterback from
Duke.
But Cutcliffe and the connection with the Mannings had a lot of NFL teams very, very high on this guy.
Yeah, but it's just funny because I was telling Ty about this before the show started when it comes to these draft picks, and people give out their grades and their opinions. To me, no one has a clue. No one has a clue. Obviously, there are some picks that seem like they're surefire guys that are going to pan out, and at least in some form or fashion. Like there's some of those guys you just know. But how many players have you seen where people were completely against the pick, thought the pick was bad, or thought that a guy that's not been drafted or was drafted really late in the draft ended up being some fantastic player? But how many busts have we seen? How many guys like Ryan Leaf have we seen when everybody was on Ryan Leaf saying how Ryan Leaf's this great player? What happened to him? How did he do? I mean, it happens all the time in football. And it's almost like the NFL draft and signing day in college football, there's a lot of similarities between the two because everyone just goes all in on draft grades and recruiting rankings. It's kind of the same thing. All right, how did you do? How did these experts feel like you did? And if the experts feel like you did pretty well, then by God, you must have done really well. But that's not always the case. And we see so many different pieces of evidence that this is so that's why when people get all worked up about these draft picks and get worked up about these horrible decisions made by these NFL teams, could they end up being horrible decisions? Absolutely. But how do you know? How do you know? Sometimes it cracks me up how emotionally involved people get and how people are ripping. Because listen, I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be a good quarterback. Maybe he is. Maybe he will be a great quarterback.
Right.
But just because it wasn't the pick that everyone wanted there with the Giants, it was just it was all bad all around. So I don't know. I find it funny because Dwayne Haskins was the quarterback that most people thought was going to do really high in the draft.
A bigger name school. And,
Ohio State. Yeah, had 50 passing touchdowns last year. 50 passing touchdowns. But he got
that connection with the Mannings.
Yeah, went a long way. Yeah, and you better hope it pans out because the last thing you want to do if the Giants, if Eli Manning finally calls it quits and you have that guy, Daniel Lewis, and it doesn't end up working out. Or Daniel Jones, excuse me. But
and who's been the quarterback there for the Giants? That has
Eli Manning.
Oh, yeah. Manning. Oh, yeah. He's start to connect all the dots there.
Oh, yeah. Starts to all make sense. But if Dwayne Haskins ends up balling out over at Washington, and it's just one of those things you're like, jeez, you feel stupid. Feel stupid taking that pick. So, I don't know.
Well, hindsight's always 20/20.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you never know. It's just a crapshoot. You never know when it comes to quarterbacks in the NFL. Who would have thought Tom Brady would be Tom Brady right now when he's drafted?
Exactly.
Nobody. But you know what? Somebody like Peyton Manning, he lived up to the number 1 overall pick. So it's a crapshoot either way.
Hey, World of Wireless has all the internet you need. And what I mean by that is every kind, whether it's with the cable company, the national phone company, or their own high-speed fiber-to-air in-house internet service as well. So if you live in a rural area and you're struggling with DSL that can't do Netflix and your kids can't play Fortnite and all this stuff, and you think there's no other option because of where you live, you might check out wowfastinternet.com because they serve a lot of rural areas with their fiber-to-air service that's not throttled and doesn't have data cap limits, okay? wowfastinternet.com. Go there and find out if you live in the coverage area with World of Wireless.
You're born amazing, and at Baptist Health, we want to keep you that way. In fact, that's our mission. To not only provide the most skilled doctors and nurses to heal you from sickness or injury and comprehensive care to support your recovery, but also to be your guide to health. Also, you can keep on inspiring, keep on reaching, and keep on amazing. For the care that keeps you amazing, visit Baptist-Health.com.
At Mosquito Joe, we often hear customers say, "Aren't we just fighting a losing battle? We live in the woods, or we live by a pond, or we live on the river. Mosquito Joe won't be able to help me." Well, with Mosquito Joe, outside it truly is fun again. Mosquito Joe's seen properties of all shapes and sizes, and we love a challenge. We have a satisfaction guarantee, and there's no contracts. Mention that you heard us on ESPN and get your first service for $39. Call us at 479-202-9960 or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
If you needed major surgery, you probably wouldn't choose a doctor who's never been to medical school. So when your car needs major repairs after a collision, why would you take your car to a body shop that's never been trained? Evans Body Shop is among only 10% of collision repair businesses to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold class shop. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. With the safety of your vehicle and your family at stake, choose trained repair professionals. Choose Evans Body Shop,
where we meet the nicest people by accident.
You know, a night out with friends can be so much more. Upgrade your evening at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Rediscover life's simple pleasures. Dial back, slow down, and immerse yourself in what true relaxation can be. Top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Upgrade your night on the Avenue.
ESPN 95.3. You can't drink all day unless you start early. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Fastball Friday, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot is underway right now at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Every new Buick, every new GMC, every pre-owned vehicle. Save hundreds, likely thousands right now. They're going to be open in 25 minutes, ready to take care of you. To get by and get the best selection, Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Also, don't forget, Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal, Oklahoma. But get by for state sales tax paid at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Razorback baseball taking on Tennessee this weekend, starting tonight. First pitch at Baum Stadium at 6:30 p.m. And to help talk a little more about it, let's welcome in Scott Tabor, the former Razorback pitcher. Scott, appreciate you joining us this morning. How you doing?
You bet. Good morning. Good morning. The rain's gone. The sun's out. It's going to be a great day.
That's right. And also this weekend, as we've alluded to, your College World Series team is going to be honored from the 1979 year. So I'm sure you're really excited about that as well.
Yeah, it's they're starting to do some things at school, which is fantastic that they have finally started doing that. They're honoring the 2009 World Series team for their 10th anniversary and the 79 team for our 40th anniversary. Sorry, Ty, it's a little bit older than you. Yeah, but it should be a great weekend. Get to see some guys we hadn't seen for years and years and years, and going to have a really, really good turnout, it seems like.
So will the grounds crew be on the standby to fill the divots with the walker holes when you? So how will they
anywhere but there? I'll be anxious to see what kind of shape people are in, and I know they're all going, oh,
it's
man.
been raining. I mean, the ruts from the wheelchairs could be detrimental there.
I've got the big fat tires on mine.
Yeah. Hey, seriously, I was looking at the latest RPI, and everybody says, well, this midweek series. And listen, RPI right now on April 26th doesn't really matter a whole lot. But Arkansas dropped from 3rd to 8th, and guess who's now eked ahead of Arkansas? That'd be good old Tennessee coming in for the weekend.
No
At number 6, Arkansas has inched back to number 8 after being 3rd. So, I bring the point up because this is a huge battle this weekend, not only for SEC standings, but a huge battle for the RPI because these are 2 top 8 teams going at it for 3 games this weekend.
Yeah, and it's that way every weekend in the SEC. And the thing about the whole RPI deal, that's become such a focal point about getting to host, and there's a lot of that that's out of your control. All you can do is play the games that you play and hope you come out on top like you should. We should have dropped one this week, but we did. But you also have to worry about the other teams that you have beaten. We've got to root for Mississippi State against Georgia. If they do really, really well against Georgia, that will help our RPI. So there's a lot of things that go into that formula. I was watching some of that. I thought, good gosh, you win a series and you drop on the RPI because you lose points from other teams that you played. It's kind of a crazy formula. But I think this team is really, really focused just on who they're playing. They're not worrying about RPI because they know if they get in the postseason. I think Arkansas is at the point that if they know they get in the postseason, they've always got a very, very good chance to get to the World Series. And once they get there, anything can happen.
Well, see, that's what's crazy, Scott, is that the SEC West, in the top 6 of the 7 teams, there's 2 games separating them in the SEC West, and seeding is very important. And obviously, Arkansas is still trying to play for that national seed, and they're right there on the brink of it. It's just every series from here on out. It means something, obviously, and it's really cliche to say, but this series against Tennessee means everything because one game can make all the difference in the world in this division right now.
Sure does. And then the next series against A&M will mean everything. Then the series against LSU will mean everything. So like I said, every weekend, and even now, even the midweek game with the RPI being so important, they no longer just choose who's going to host a regional based on fan base and stadiums. So they use the RPI and the analytics, and it gets very, very complicated. This is a big weekend. Tennessee has had a resurgence. Their pitching, I was looking at some of their stats, and their pitching staff is tough. But what pitching staff do we face that isn't tough? Because we also have a pitching staff that's tough. So they're hearing the same thing over on their side on their morning talk shows. So it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, I was just looking through, in the top 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 SEC schools in the top 26. Missouri's at 26 this morning.
Hey,
Florida's at 27. Ole Miss is at 28. So I just
Right.
keep going down the list here as I look.
That's why you play in the SEC. That's why you work,
Yeah.
and try to get recruited by an SEC team, because if you want to play the best of the best and every week in, week out, that's where you want to play.
To your point, best of the best. Vandy's at 2, Georgia's at 4, Tennessee at 8, or Tennessee at 6, Arkansas at 8. 4 of the top 8 are SEC schools.
Right.
I mean, just brutal.
I don't even know why they even play the season. They should just have a coin flip,
Well-
see who's going to be in the World Series, who's going to coach regionals. Just skip all that stuff. Let's just go straight to it. Wait till the warm weather and have the regionals to have the series.
And this doesn't make a lot of sense to people, and I've had this argument with people before, but winning the SEC tournament in Hoover is actually a tougher field and probably a harder thing to do than winning the College World Series in Omaha.
Yeah, it's the same kind of throughout our league and every sport anymore. It's kind of the whole league and everything is elevated itself, and everybody else is trying to catch up. But it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing for college baseball. The following down south especially is just getting off the charts. I was reflecting back to in '79. We had 300 fans at a game. It was amazing, and that was when we were playing Texas. We didn't have a stadium. We just had a few stands, and then now even going to the World Series, it was nobody really knew about it. It wasn't on TV. It went on national TV, and kind of got some paper clippings about it. But things have just turned around where it's all become an event, and it's great for baseball. It's great for the game.
All right, let's talk about pitchers for Arkansas this weekend. Here's old Isaiah Campbell again, 7-1, 2.44 ERA. He's your game 1 guy. Wicklander, the lefty, is in for game 2, and then game 3 is the old TBA. But Connor Nolan, after a good weekend and just a tremendous outing for 7 2/3 last weekend, you got to feel like he's your man for game 3. But Dave has not put that down in game notes. Okay.
I think they're going to put Cops in there. I just have a feeling on that. It was great for Nolan to come back. He had the worst case scenario 2 starts ago. He couldn't get it out. And when you start struggling like that, and the struggle wasn't his pitches. He's got great pitches. He's leaving everything up early, going 2-0 on everybody, and you can't have any success when you go 2-0 on anybody. It doesn't matter who you're playing. So he got that worked out a little bit. He went back out and shook off the rust and got back in the groove, which is great. But I think Cops is tough. He's come back. It's taken a while to come back from Tommy John surgery. He's strong. He's got unbelievable stuff. I think they're going to, of course, again, Van Horn never calls me. I've been begging for Wicklander for weeks and weeks and weeks. They finally put him in there. And I think Cops, that's who I would take for the number 3 guy. But I'm sure they're going for the strategy of who they may need out of the bullpen in these first 2 games. You want to win the first 2 games. It's all hands on deck because then at least you win the first 2. Then you've taken the series, and so it'll just be interesting to see who they have to pull out of the pen. Got a lot of kids contributing. Vermillion has really come on. Costi Shock, is back, and so there's some good arms in there.
Scott, something that we discussed earlier this week that I want your thought on is that we were comparing just where this team was at now compared to what they were last year. We know it's a different team. You got different players. There's a few of holdovers, but obviously both really good teams. And we were trying to look at the possibility of this team making it back to not only Omaha, but making it to the College World Series final, same of what they did last season. Just from what you've seen from this team and the makeup and where they're at right now, do you feel like this team overall has what it takes, has enough talent, has the capability of making it back to the College World Series final this year? Would you be surprised if that happened?
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. We talked about that early in the season. They've got all the components there. One of the things that we've been waiting for is a big 3 to heat up. They're the returning guys, even though 2 of them are sophomores, true sophomores. They're the returning studs, and now they're hitting the ball. Kerstedt, Martin, and Fletcher are just tearing it up, and they're doing the things that everybody was waiting for them to do at the first of the season. Where it usually comes down on a World Series run, or a championship run, is who are going to be your surprise heroes. Some guys that have taken a little while to get cranked up. Some new guys, and you've got Azell, who's been performing great. You've got I tell you who my big surprise is, and this last weekend is McFarland. They've been waiting for the guy. He's got incredible power, but he's just has been so inconsistent at the plate. Well, he came in as a designated hitter this last week and did well. So I think, because they see him every day in practice, so they stuck him in there, and everybody's looking at, why are you putting him in there? He hadn't been in all year. they still practice, and you can get better, with repetition. And I think Opitz also is no longer an automatic out. He's showing a little pop, and he's showing some consistency at the plate. Curtis Washington the same way. They've still got these guys that they can go to, and you never know who's going to rise to the top at a critical moment when somebody else is slacking up. And I think they've got a lot of guys in there that they don't have to depend on 3 or 4 guys to carry the whole team.
All right.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, finish up. I was going to ask you the last question here.
What?
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. The chess game. The chess game this weekend. Tony Vitalo coming in. Spent, 4 years with Dave Van Horn. Just talk about the mental chess game between these two. I don't know if it's student and pupil necessarily, but coaches that know each other very well. Just talk about the coaching chess game here in this 3-game stand.
I think over years you're going to see a lot of similarities in what Vitalo does based on his coaching experience under Van Horn. Of course, every coach always takes what they learn, and every player should also take what you learn from different coaches and then apply your own stuff to it and make it your own. I think you're going to see the chess game that you will see is when they're going to play small ball and when they're going to wait for a big inning. Every coach wants a big inning. Last year we played for the big inning more than we ever have because we had a lot of guys that could take it out of the yard. This year we have some speed. I think we may see some situations early in the game where you get a guy on. The leadoff guy gets on and either a single or a double, and then they bunt him over and play to get that first run, play to get that tying run at the play. Go ahead and score that tying run. Some safety squeezes, and so it's a little bit of small ball, and then depend on your bullpen, your pitching staff to hold it tight. But you don't know. Van Horn is very, very good at watching the ebb and flow of a game and seeing and has a feel for the game of when we may have a big inning. This last week they showed big innings in the first game, the midweek game, and then and last weekend they showed some big innings, and then the second game they had this week left guys on, 2 outs, and guys on second and third are bases drunk, and then they leave them on. So he has a good feel for the ebb and flow, and I think Tony also has the same feel. And so that's where his success is coming from and how his pitchers are throwing, and that's something that you can only get by experience. And I think the longer Vitalo's in the game as the head coach calling the shots, I think the better it'll be. So it should be interesting this weekend to see exactly how they match up.
Scott Tabor, former Razorback pitcher. Always appreciate you hopping on with us, Scott. Have fun this weekend and the team being honored from 1979. And, enjoy it.
Great.
Looking forward to it
Thank
next
you very
weekend.
much.
Appreciate it, man.
We'll see you guys this weekend. Go Hogs.
877-377-6963 is the number to call. And got to take a commercial break, but before we do, Tommy's going to tell you about Gaston.
Hey, I was talking with Clint Gaston yesterday. First of all, he wants you and I to get up there soon and learn a little bit about fly fishing. We were talking about the caddis hatch.
Yeah, well, I got to take my nephew Oliver because you promised him you'd take him.
Oliver is more than invited.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
me and you
Appreciate
and Oliver will go. And but the caddis hatch, and for you fly fishermen out there, I know your ears just perked up a little bit when we were talking about the caddis hatch. It's this time of the year, but they've had a great caddis hatch that continues right now, and been a lot of topwater feeding, a lot of topwater activity with the Browns right now, right below the Bull Shoals Dam at Gaston. So if you're a fly fisherman, this would be another great weekend and another great time and another great weekend to make a reservation to get to Gaston's because the caddis hatch is on, and they've just had a lot of great success right now at Gaston's. A lot of midges that are working. The Ruby Midge particularly has been working very well at Gaston's, and you can put that caddis on it. Just a lot of good success. So go in, talk to the pros there at Gaston's. They'll tell you exactly what's been going on. For bait fishermen, had a lot of good luck here lately. So rainbows and browns have been biting very well. So if you're looking to do some great trout fishing, it's not too late to go this weekend. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Go to Gastons.com. A lot of great dinner specials, including their prime rib for Saturday night as well. So I'm looking forward to very soon getting to Gaston's and enjoying some great fishing on the wonderful White River, one of the world-class trout streams in all of North America. Join us there, 870-431-5202 for Gaston's White River Resort. Do some great trout fishing. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can shop online anytime at harryrobinson.com.
What's your more? Maybe it's a bigger garage for that 67 Fastback of your dreams. and your own racetrack for you and your buddies. Whatever you'd like more of, Powerball from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery can turn those dreams into reality. And the next drawing is for more than $160 million. So go to your local lottery retailer and get your ticket to more today. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
We are celebrating 50 years at Razorback Camper Sales, and it's spring camping season. All remaining 2018 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups are at rock-bottom prices. Or check out the 2019 Salem Bunkhouse 17-foot travel trailer with outside kitchen, power awnings. It sleeps 6, only $13,990 or $143 a month. Thank you for 50 great years at Razorback Camper Sales. Exit 1 off of the bypass in Hot Springs, or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
Supercuts welcomes you. Our friendly professional stylists are always ready to serve you with a warm smile and finish your cut with an amazing hot towel refresher every time. Take advantage of our weekly sales, such as $1 shampoos with a haircut on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's right, $1 shampoos on every Tuesday and Wednesday. And 10 to 20% off color sale with $5 hair conditioning treatments every Thursday. And there is much, much more. Supercuts conveniently serves its community 7 days a week. Supercuts, clean, sharp, ready.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is the Morning Rush.
Looking for a new truck or SUV? Dunford is the place to be now. We have 0% financing WAC on new 2018 and 2019 Ford F-150 trucks. We're talking about America's best-selling truck for the last 42 years. Not in the market for a truck? How about an SUV? We have 0% APR financing WAC on new Expeditions, Explorers, and Edges. 0% offers won't last long. Remember, make us a reasonable offer and it's a done deal. Dunford Country. Call us or see us on the web at dunfordcountry.com.
Sleep apnea isn't just a problem for the older or overweight. It can affect anyone, even children. If you or someone you know is tired all the time, it may be sleep apnea. Without treatment, it can lead to many serious health issues or even a traffic accident. Don't risk your health or that of a loved one. Make an appointment today with Dr. Bo Sparkman at River Valley Sleep Solutions. Treat your apnea without the hassle of a CPAP machine. Go to rivervalleysleep.com. That's rivervalleysleep.com.
At Hardee's, we love to surprise people. Not like getting summoned to jury duty or mistaking your backpack for a parachute. Our surprises are good, like adding our delicious loaded omelet biscuit to our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. Choose between our loaded omelet biscuit, our tasty Frisco breakfast sandwich, our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or our savory sausage and egg biscuit. Get any 2 for $4. It's the best kind of surprise. I mean, it's no pulling into a paid parking meter, but it's a close second.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Spring has arrived and it's time to get your golf game in shape. The Golf Nut is your one-stop shop for everything golf. Looking for a new driver or fairway wood? Try out the new Callaway Epic Flash, tailor-made M5 or M6, the new Ping G410, or the Cobra F9. Need shoes? The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes from FootJoy, Adidas, New Balance, Skechers, and Echo, and the new FootJoy shirts are now back in stock. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work. Real work. Working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Or Nissan has the most affordable cars in every category. Most affordable sedan. This 2019 Nissan Versa sedan is only $11,957. America's most affordable pickup. This 2019 Nissan Frontier is $21,389. Most affordable SUV. This 2019 Nissan Kicks is $19,824. Most affordable 7-passenger V6 SUV. This 2019 Nissan Pathfinder is $28,607. Plus, only Or Nissan gives you a lifetime powertrain warranty and free car washes for life. So head to Or Nissan in Fort Smith under the giant American flag.
ESPN 95.3.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. It's time for your Hog Update presented by Ozark Sportsman Supply.
Yeah, the largest and best selection of hunting gear you will find anywhere, and it's not just hunting stuff. It's not just camo and archery supplies and hunting gear. It's fishing gear as well. It is fishing season. We was talking about fishing just a minute ago. If you're ready to go and hit the lake or hit your favorite stream, they've got everything you need, plus all the favorite clothing gear as well. They got it all at Ozark Sportsman Supply. Plus, they got local experts there. They got people that are trained, that know what they're talking about, that know the gear they sell. Philip Coates and his crew do such a great job with all of it there at Ozark Sportsman Supply. And when it comes to firearms, they got the biggest and best selection and all the ammo you need as well. And if you're interested in getting your concealed carry permit, they can help you with that as well. They have monthly classes for concealed carry permits. So ask about that when you stop in at Ozark Sportsman Supply. Easy to find, Highway 412, just west of Springdale in Tawnytown, or online at ozarksportsman.net.
All right, to give you your Hog Update, Razorback Baseball begins their series tonight against Tennessee, starting at 6:30 first pitch. Tomorrow will also be a 6:30 first pitch, which is also kind of unusual because Saturday games are normally there in the early afternoon, but you're going to have back-to-back night games there. And then the weirdest time of them all is on Sunday. The baseball game will be at 4 p.m. Now, that game's going to be on ESPNU because anytime, you can almost guarantee anytime there's some weird first pitch time, has to do with television.
Sure.
So you'll at least be able to check that out if you can't make it for the trip. But should be a great series between these two teams. We were just talking with Scott Tabor, former Razorback pitcher, about this. And it's funny because Tennessee has the best ERA of any team in the country, and Arkansas in a lot of these games and a lot of these very important series has left a lot of players, a lot of runners in scoring position, a lot of runners on base. And so if Arkansas is going to win this series, that's what they're going to have to take care of. I think this is probably going to be a low-scoring affair throughout these games, which probably means that it's going to be 12-11 every single time because that's just the way the game goes. But either way, you mentioned that Arkansas is 8th in RPI right now. Tennessee is at 6. So if you just put basic logic to it, if Arkansas wins the series against Tennessee, they will probably move up in the RPI rankings.
Well, I mean, Arkansas was 3rd and dropped to 8th on that midweek game. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, you just hate – and listen, RPI in April doesn't mean much.
No.
But could mean a little bit, though, later on in the year.
Good.
Well, you got to beat these teams and then root for them.
That's right. It's the weirdest thing.
It's funny how sports and politics make strange bedfellows.
Exactly. Exactly. You got to start up that SEC chant whenever the teams aren't playing you.
8 of the top 20 in the RPI are in the SEC.
That's insanity.
4 of the top 8 in the SEC.
That's insanity.
Conference of Champions.
Yeah. But yet there's bias out there, Tom. It's all SEC bias, right?
Deal with it. What is it
bias.
Musburger said? Deal with it. They're
Deal
the best.
I mean, no one's stopping you from taking on the SEC and trying to
still determine the winner on the field.
That's right.
By who wins the game.
That's right. Every single
Deal
time.
with it.
877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Get massive price reductions during spring savings at Orr Chevrolet in Fort Smith. Orr Chevy is taking $7,000 off new body style 2019 Silverados and $10,000 off 2019 Tahoes and Suburbans. Folks, you haven't seen $10,000 off new Tahoes and Suburbans in ages, but it's happening today in Fort Smith. Or get 0% for 72 months for the first time ever on new 2019 Silverados. Spring savings also means lower prices and payments on smaller Chevys, like a Chevy Equinox for $21,437 or $327 a month, or a Chevy Spark $10,991 or $174 a month. Plus, with any new vehicle sold, Orr Chevy will give you a lifetime powertrain warranty, 2 years of free maintenance, and free car washes for life. Don't miss spring savings at the River Valley's favorite, Orr Chevrolet on Auto Park Drive under the giant American flag. Payments based on 75 months and 4% APR with approved financing and 99 or newer non-GM trades. Surf OrChevyFS.com for more details. Chevy, find new roads.
I'm here at Alma Tractor and Equipment visiting with Jim Barker about the open house April 26th and 27th. Tell me about these Skag mowers.
We have an excellent selection on hand of the Skag mowers. They've been building zero turns since 1983. It's a very well built and designed zero turn for an excellent cut and longevity of life. We have everything here from a small residential mower all the way up to a commercial style mower for large acreage.
Don't miss it, folks. The annual open house April 26th and 27th at Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma, or check us out online at almatractor.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Plenty of sunshine with us today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will climb into the lower 70s. We're expecting to see partly cloudy skies tonight, low 50s, and then a chance of some showers and storms as we head through Saturday. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Radio station.
KERX Paris Fort Smith from the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios. This is The Morning Rush.
So the stuff we're going to do today, we're going to try to go at a fairly good pace. It's going to be new to you guys, a lot of it. I will tell you that any drill we do has been brought from the NBA. So the first drill we do is a drill that Golden State does every day to start practice. So everything we do here, it's all about how do we win big. That's the only thought process in our mind. How do we win big?
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
My friends and I, we drank beer, liked beer, still like beer.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors and Ty Richardson in studio with you today. Tommy Kraft disappeared like Thanos. Somebody snapped the fingers and there he's gone. Nah, that's just an Avengers reference for what I'm seeing tonight.
Had to get that in there.
No big
tonight.
deal. Oh yeah, I had to get that in. I'm sure it'll be discussed a little later in the show as well. But appreciate everybody listening in on this Fastball Friday presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of this month. You can save hundreds, even thousands, but you must buy in April to get your state sales tax paid. And also only $399 a month on select 2019 GMC Acadia SLTs. The perfect size SUV with third row seating up to 7 people. Tons of cargo space and options. Again, $26,499, only $399 a month. So be sure to check it out at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. You know, we were discussing earlier in the show about the NFL draft and how Kyler Murray was drafted number 1 overall to the Arizona Cardinals. And, breaking news right now, Josh Rosen, who was the quarterback drafted last year by the Cardinals early in the first round, has unfollowed the Cardinals on Instagram. Breaking news. So I guess that means that inevitably the trades will be coming in, and it's kind of uncomfortable too because there was a tweet put out in February by the Cardinals organization saying Josh Rosen's our guy. All this speculation, Josh Rosen's our guy. Well, he's not anymore. He went with Kyler Murray, and I don't necessarily blame the Cardinals for going for Kyler Murray, but that's what they wanted to do. I mean, if you have the number 1 overall pick and you have a quarterback like that you think you can change everything. You just hired Cliff Kingsbury. Still, that's the weirdest thing too. Hired him
who's a mediocre college coach at best.
Yeah, but say at best.
Good coordinator, mediocre college coach.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a coach get fired at a Power 5 school in college football for being average to below average, to then taking over an NFL franchise with the number 1 overall pick.
It's the phrase we always use, failing upwards.
Yep.
He falls into that category.
It's kind of like the Lane Kiffin deal. I always felt like Lane Kiffin and Mike D'Antoni. Now, obviously, D'Antoni's doing okay right now, but I always felt like Mike D'Antoni kept failing up too. So it's working out for him. But what we were talking about specifically, though, was the Arkansas Razorbacks and the possibility of them ever having the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Because the way that the NFL is set up right now, and it really has been at least for the past 30 years or so, is quarterbacks, more often than not, are the number 1 player in the draft. Now, sometimes it just depends on who your quarterback is at the franchise that has the worst record. For instance, when the Colts drafted Peyton Manning, number 1 overall, that obviously worked out for him. The next year, they had a terrible record still. even with Peyton Manning. So they got a high draft pick, and guess what? They didn't spend it on a quarterback. So that's usually when you have those situations going on with those teams that do not pick quarterbacks number one overall, means that they have a quarterback that they still believe in, or they have a quarterback that they're trading for, and they go with somebody else. So I know that there are times where other positions are drafted, and from a number one overall, I think just a few years ago was Myles Garrett when he was drafted number one overall as a defensive end.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like it's either you're a quarterback, you're an offensive tackle, or you're a defensive end. Those are kind of the three main positions that get drafted number one overall, at least here of recent history.
Yeah, because running back shelves lives, as talented as they are, as talented as Saquon Barkley is this year, it was one of those things where you saw that the Pittsburgh Steelers elected to not give in to Le'Veon Bell's demands and just go with the rookie. And James Conner, who had a really successful season, was injured at times. But the running back, just throughout history, it's so hard to keep these guys healthy. And so that automatically deteriorates their draft position because they're not as valuable as other NFL commodities like the quarterback position. And I know we were joking about how Harvard came out with that review, I think, of 38 years, that the quarterback was the most important to an NFL franchise, which you and I could have solved in about 10 seconds.
Doesn't take much.
So these guys, year after year, these GMs, these executives, these scouts, they want to nail the quarterback. They want to nail the next big quarterback. I know Giants fans aren't exactly happy with the drafting of Daniel Jones. We'll see what happens with Dwayne Haskins at Washington. But I think more people are interested in that Tua and Trevor Lawrence draft class coming up than this one that just appeared this year.
Yeah, I think that one will be the one that sticks out most to people. But it's funny because besides those three positions, quarterback, defensive end, or tackle, the last player drafted number one overall that was not one of those three positions was in 1996, Keyshawn Johnson to the New York Jets, who was a wide receiver. And then before that was Kajana Carter, a running back from Penn State, to Cincinnati. I can just go off of that and say, you know what, that one probably didn't work out. But those two were kind of back-to-back. And then before that, again, it goes back to defensive end, tackle, quarterback, and it's just kind of just the way it is now. So the whole point of bringing this up is we were bringing up Arkansas, just based off of trends and just studying over how it's been in the past few years, Arkansas's best chance to ever have a number one overall draft pick will need to be a quarterback. But also knowing Arkansas's history with quarterbacks, they've had great running backs. They've had great tight ends. They've had great offensive linemen. They've had great safeties. They have had great position players across the board. But you could make the argument that the weakest position that Arkansas has had in its football history has been quarterback. In fact, some of the best quarterbacks to ever play at Arkansas have come in the past 10 years. I mean, that just shows you that, because before you had, of course, Clint Sterner was before that. And see, Matt Jones, I know people bring him up. Matt Jones is a fantastic player, but I don't consider him to be the greatest of quarterbacks. He was just a freak athlete.
He was drafted as a wide receiver by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
So that's fair.
Yeah, and I'm going off of the passing ability true quarterbacks here. You got Clint Sterner, solid quarterback. Before that,
Joe Ferguson drafted.
Joe Ferguson was great. And Joe Ferguson, some people considered for a long time to be one of the best, if not the best, quarterback to ever play at Arkansas for a long time. Then you had a couple of decent ones, like a Ron Calcagney. He was really good too. But these weren't elite level Pro Bowl type quarterbacks. And that's also the one position Arkansas, even the guys that have gotten drafted. I mean, who is the best quarterback to ever play in the NFL that played at Arkansas?
I can't even give you the statistics of Sterner, Tyler, or Mallett because they just don't stand out.
Yeah. I mean, Sterner he started 2 games for the Cowboys, went 1-1. That was about the extent. I know he did in backup roles, but that was the extent of his playing. Mallett had occasions here and there. I think at the Texans he was a starter for a little bit, but he screwed that up. And he bounced around, was a backup. I know he's most recently at Baltimore, so that didn't pan out. Tyler, he was at the Raiders for a while and then went to Tennessee.
Tyler had the misfortune of the fact that his coach decided, hey, I'm going to do something just idiotic and screw over my senior quarterback and not get the coaching he needs. And he was drafted by, at the time, and the Raiders are still in flux right now with Gruden and is it Mayock?
Yeah.
Right now, but they were even worse off than they are right now in terms of an overall organization. So it
was all bad timing.
Unfortunately, didn't benefit from having a good quarterback coach his senior year. and the fact that he was drafted by one of the biggest jokes of a franchise in the last 10 or so years.
Yeah, especially when it comes to draft picks. So, that didn't pan out. And you could even make, as stupid as this sounds, the best quarterback maybe to play in the NFL, because Joe Ferguson did a really good job too. He was with the Buffalo Bills. He played with O.J. Simpson, for crying out loud. I mean, he's got that going. So he's probably been, as far as longevity, the best quarterback, but Tavarius Jackson might, if you're going to qualify people.
For the Vikings or the Seahawks?
I mean, just his career in general. He might have been just of recent memory because he did play at Arkansas. Did get in on a couple of occasions. He was backing up Matt Jones there for a while. I think he went to Alcorn State after that, or somewhere in Alabama, a smaller school, then got drafted and all that. But it's just crazy to me. And because the whole point of this is crazy to me that Arkansas, who's had great players at, pretty much every position group, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You could even make the argument that the best side of the ball for Arkansas when it comes to pro players has been the defensive side. They've had great, Lance Allworth, one of the Hall of Fame wide receivers. They've had great running backs that have been able to play. I know Darren McFadden, he didn't have the big numbers and didn't translate as big as they thought he would, but he still had a really nice career in the NFL compared to most running backs during this era. I mean, he's had sometimes, Peyton Hillis is on the cover of Madden, so he even had a little cup of tea or cup of coffee there.
Busted 1,000 one year.
Yeah, so you got running backs there, but it's just quarterback, for whatever reason, has just not been Arkansas's mainstay, and they have not had elite quarterbacks besides, because if you look at it, if you rank the top 5 quarterbacks in Arkansas's history, you could make the argument that 3 of those 5 have come in the last 10 years. Legitimately.
With Mallet Wilson, you said Allen's the other one?
I'm saying you can make the argument with Brandon Allen be number 5. But I'm saying that it's there. You could at least go that route if you needed to. Before that, you could have Sterner, you could have Joe Ferguson or whatnot. But, for Arkansas to have the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, which more than likely would have to be a quarterback, they're going to have to buck their own trend that they've had in the history of their program, where they haven't just had a plethora of great quarterbacks come through.
So with Chad Morris, Taj Boyd didn't have an electric NFL career, was a fantastic college player, but really didn't amount to anything in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, he coached him his freshman year, ended up tearing his ACL, was a big part of his development his freshman year, eventually went to SMU. Gilbert didn't do anything. I know he was playing for the AFL just a little while ago, but he didn't do anything in the NFL. So you hope that Chad Morris can do something similar to what he did with Deshaun Watson and hopefully stay with the kid for his entire career. And if you think the quarterback's the right position, the one caveat I'll throw to you, John, is John Chavis has coached a plethora of first-round guys on the defensive side of the football.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you can look at Peterson, Matthew. There's guys all over. The Garrett, the number 1 pick. He's coached a lot of different NFL talent. Eric Berry. So I guess you could say possibly he could carve up and mold a fantastic defensive player, but I just don't see that anytime soon.
No, and it just given the way that football is played in college level. Chad Morris and the style he runs is set up to have a great quarterback, a number 1 overall pick type quarterback, but it's just a matter of getting all the pieces and all the dominoes to fall your way. That's the most difficult thing about it. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't think it will happen, but if it does happen, it means great things for the Arkansas Razorback football program. 877-377-6963 is the number to call. In the Morning Rush, brought to you by Quantum Property Services. Buying, selling, and investing and encompassing all your property needs. Right now, it is the time to get with their real estate pros to find your new home. Whether interest rates are low, means you get more house for your money, but you need a pro to help you through the process. Quantum Real Estate has seasoned pros that know their stuff and can guide you through the experience with confidence. And hey, if you even thought about getting into real estate investing, one call does it all. They can find the right property or properties and make it easy and hassle-free by managing those properties for you. Give them a call today to get started at 479-434-6860 or go to their website at quantumpropertyservicesinc.com. Pick Suey coming up next on The Morning Rush.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can shop online anytime at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, this is Scott from Calico County, and it's time for some springtime specials. First, it's our chicken breast salads. Fresh salad fixings, including our own croutons, topped with juicy chunks of chicken prepared the way you like it. Fried, grilled, blackened, or even buffalo style. All served with a salad dressing we make in-house as well. Or your second choice is those same chunks of chicken wrapped in a warm tortilla to make a delicious wrap. Of course, both come with one of our cinnamon rolls. So whether it be breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, we're Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's your piece of land, your point of pride, your place of peace and quiet. Your yard means something to you. So mow like you mean business with a professional-grade Gravely zero-turn mower. Gravely means comfort. Gravely means strength. Gravely means cutting precision. Gravely mowers mean business. Gravely, build to mow the distance.
Visit Bush Machine and Tractor, 7301 0 Street in Fort Smith, or at bushtractor.com.
They're at the post, and they're off. The Thoroughbreds are still racing at Oaklawn, so stay until May.
Midway on the backstretch, stay until May is ready to move.
We've got more thrilling races to be run and won, now through May 4th.
Racing to the wire, it's an easy win for stay until May.
And on the final 3 Saturdays, enjoy the races from the infield, weather permitting, with special events like our Craft Beer Festival, Food Truck Festival, and Kentucky Derby Weekend. Oaklawn, stay until May. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Let's see. Search for tire shops in my area.
Y'all need some help? I'm the tire guy.
Who are you and why are you in my living room?
You need to be more worried about taking care of your old tires. Head on over to Southern Tire Mart. We get you rolling with your new Toyos, the best-selling tires in Fort Smith. Be sure to take advantage of our $24.95 oil change and our free multi-point vehicle inspection.
I only have one more question, tire guy.
All right.
Why is there a mariachi band in my living room as well? Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith, your #1 tire and service store.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Spring is in the air. Not in the house, Dalton. It's okay, AJ. Aw, snap, I told you not in the house. Red Kool-Aid all over the white carpet. Mom and Dad are gonna... It's okay, AJ. I can't believe it. We're so in trouble. I told you so.
Thank you for calling Service Master Clean. This is Tanya. How can I help you?
Tanya, it's Dalton. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Think Service Master Clean. Visit us online at smcleanonline.com.
Got a mystery stain on the carpet and the kids insist they don't know what it is? Or you're just ready to give the house a good spring cleaning? Call Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Call today for spring specials.
Service Master Clean. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. It's okay, AJ.
What does that mean?
It means they are the best of the best.
Okay.
It means that Jody'sAuto.com was voted by the people that deal with them.
Their customers.
As best at first getting the car in one of their 3 shops, quickly finding out what was wrong with it, fixing it right the first time, and charging the customers a fair price for the repairs.
Getting it in, getting it out quickly at a fair price. Huh.
Real simple. Jody'sAuto.com. Best of the best.
Jody'sAuto.com. One stop for the best tire brands at the best prices, price match guarantee, and these folks know tires. 3 oil change specials. One stop for all services, all repairs, all maintenance, towing, and fleets. 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren. When you have made up your mind to live by 3 words, do what's right, being voted by your customers best of the best is quite an honor. Convenience and trust since 1984. Jody'sAuto.com, best of the best.
ESPN 95.3. This weekly Oaklawn Update presented by Calico County. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
All right, it is Friday, and it is that time to go to Pick Suey. Talk a little bit about everything going on with Oaklawn as well as the races. And you can visit his website at Pick Suey. It's got 3 O's. PickSuey.com, on Twitter at Pick Suey, and on Facebook at Pick Suey. So it should be really easy to get in contact with Brad if you want to make it happen. Really appreciate you joining us this morning. How you doing, man?
Good morning, John. It's a beautiful day in Fayetteville, ready to head down to Hot Springs and watch the ponies run.
Oh, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful day, going to make for a beautiful weekend. So let's talk about this stay until May season, because May is just around the corner. We only got a few days of this left.
You know, for the first time in history, we were talking about Oaklawn after the Arkansas Derby. It's a different feel. The Stay Until May promotion this year is looking to be a success. It's definitely better for the horses. We're seeing a little bit better quality, especially today, than you would normally see, January 7th, 8th, 9th, when the temperatures are way down and the track really is just frozen up.
All right, Brad, let's talk about today's card. I know you got a race that you're really looking at for your play. What's going on today?
We do. We like race number 2 today. It's, again, a little bit of a broken record, but M&M Racing Stables, what an incredible job they've done with ownership this year. They have an entry in race 2, and we like the straight 1. We like Dilly Dally Darby today. Again, it's part of an entry, but we'll side with Dilly Dally Darby. She takes a big drop from 30,000 down to 12.5 today. M&M Racing, David Cohen, who, by the way, is now tied with Ricardo Santana for the leading jockey. It's going to be an interesting last 6 days for that race. We like Dilly Dally Darby today in race number 2. She's the number 1 horse in race 2. And our players that buy our sheet today will see we've got a nice little exacta listed as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you say Dilly Dally Darby 3 times fast, man, because that'd probably throw me off, but a great name there. I also know that you're all about those long shots, and I'm all about the long shots. In fact, that's the only way I bet is by going with the long shot. So how are we looking today as far as that goes?
We've got one that's 8-1 on the morning line today. Again, a former runner for M&M Racing. It's been claimed couple back by Kenny Smith, who also trains this horse. We like in race 6 the 6. Google Ado. He's a long shot. Now, folks, don't go pounding down. Let us get some 8-1. We don't want 5-2 like's been happening to us lately on our long shots, but at least they've been cashing. This one's got some speed, and there's only one other speed horse in the race. The other long shot is Wildwood Deja Vu, who could press the early pace, but we really like Google Ado in his second start for Kenny Smith today. 8-1 on the morning line. We think that should hold. It'd be a good long shot play.
All right, now Saturday brings the Bachelor Stakes, and there's always seems like there's these special races going on, and Saturday may be the day where a lot more people try to make it down to Oaklawn. What about that race, and what we have going on tomorrow in it?
Yeah, so Bachelor, again, this is kind of a delayed stakes race, if you want to call it that, for the Stay Until May. We've got to have something to race for on Saturdays, and so the Bachelor for 3-year-olds is tomorrow. We've talked about this one all year long. Gray Attempt comes back, and he was on a Triple Crown run, but unfortunately, this one just looks like he's going to be a sprinter. And you look at the form, he comes back to the sprint, 6 furlongs after going a route last out. John Court back in the irons. This is another fast horse, and with the way the weather's played and the track being rolled after the rains, speed is the key. Gray Attempt should win the Bachelor Stakes tomorrow.
All right, there you have it. Brad Norwood, who is Pick Suey. Again, with 3 O's, you can visit his website, picksuey.com. Also on Twitter at Pick Suey and Facebook at Pick Suey. Really appreciate you joining us as always, Brad. Have a great weekend down there at Oaklawn, man. Looking forward to catching up with you next Friday, all right?
Absolutely. See you in the winner's circle.
All right, man. Appreciate the phone calls. So there you have it. Pick Suey giving his picks for this weekend in Oaklawn. And it is brought to you by Calico County. The Burger Bonanza is going on every Friday. So today, all of half-pound burgers get $1 off, and they're all served with fresh toppings, a mound of seasoned fries, and a cinnamon roll. Can't do better than that when it comes to Calico County.
Calico, John? It's been a minute. It's been like 2 months.
you have a job, you can go to Calico yourself, man.
I don't want to go by myself.
I'm the voice of Calico County.
I know, that's why I want to go with a celebrity down there.
Yeah, the celebrity. So
get the special treatment.
Again, Burger Bonanza every Friday. $1 off half-pound burgers at Calico County. Be sure to check it out there off of Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up next. Stay with us, folks.
Don't miss the 41st anniversary sale at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale through May 6th. Up to $6,000 off on in-ground pools, $500 down, and 0% financing for up to 60 months with approved credit on hot spring spas. Or save $800 off on Doughboy above-ground pools. It's the 41st anniversary sale through May the 6th at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like...
All right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like... Weekday?
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool. A ski boat.
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new, rugged and dependable 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and in 4/30/19.
Kick off the season the right way with a new RV from Crabtree RV in Alma. Crabtree is extending our RV show pricing all season long. Check out our spring show specials like a Salem 207 with a slide and bunks for $147 a month. And with RV show pricing, you can take up to $10,000 off of MSRP on new travel trailers and up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels. And we'll still give you more for your trade than the other guys. At Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hot dog! Spring is finally here and not a moment too soon. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. No spring training here. Our all-star team is ready to help you hit a home run with savings up to $3,200 below retail. And the bases are loaded with the freshest inventory in the fort. Cars, trucks, SUVs, all the most popular makes and models right here in one spot. To make this team, these vehicles have to be Rath Road ready. That means they're hand-picked, then inspected and reconditioned in our own Meineke Car Care Center, so you know you're getting the very best pre-owned vehicle you can buy. If you're keeping the car you have, turn the double play in our Meineke Car Care Center with half-off brakes and up to $200 savings on a set of Cooper tires. Don't commit an error on your next used car purchase. Knock it out of the park with up to $3,200 below retail at Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer and proud sponsor of the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into The Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Let's go to the phone lines and welcome in the man, Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, John. Hope you're having a good one. Looking outside, man, this is some car buying weather right here, folks. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Last weekend of our big promotion, up to $3,200 cash back or $3,200 below retail on these nicer, newer cars. And we've got a big selection. Cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury vehicles, sports cars. We've got them all. And, folks, when you see that Rath Road Ready sticker, you know you're looking at the finest premium pre-owned cars and trucks you're going to find anywhere. Only available at Rath Auto Resources and our Meineke Car Care Centers. They've got the double play going on here for a few more days, up to $200 cash back on a set of Cooper tires and up to 50% off on brakes. So just terrific time to take care of the car you have or come in and trade and get a nicer, newer car today and save up to $3,200 below retail at Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. We're at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, the corner of Don Tyson and 71B in Springdale. Or you can check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, there you have it. Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. You're right, Larry. It is great car buying weather. It's just great weather, period, man. So I'm hoping you enjoy it.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to have a good time. We hope you'll come and see us, folks.
All right, there you have it. Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Have a good one, Larry. Appreciate it, as always, you joining us. So we just have about a little over half an hour left of the show, not only for the day, but for the week. And we still got to get into some SEC talk as well with our SEC update coming up next on the other side of the break. By the way, I know I'm having fun with this. I may mention this again in the final segment of the show, but this week I finished the series of Cobra Kai Season 2 on YouTube Red or YouTube Premium or whatever it's called. Because I was a big Karate Kid fan, the original one, not the stupid one with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. I'm talking about the original, the GOAT, where you had Mr. Miyagi. And I'm just going to tell everybody that if you're a fan of that original movie of the Karate Kid, check out Cobra Kai, because I love the Season 2 part of it too. But the thing is like, I have some like real special connection with Karate Kid because it was like just one of those movies I watched a lot when I was a kid. So I feel like me and only two other people that I actually know, which is my brother and then Jason Kersey of The Athletic, are the only two people that have ever watched this series or this show, so I can actually talk with people about it. But I wanted to throw it out there so that way if you have watched it, get after me on Twitter. Tweet at me so we can talk about this because I need to discuss some things about it.
So you'll be happy to know that Ralph Macchio is actually at the Comic-Con event that I'm attending next weekend.
You have to get a picture with him.
My
as Harley
Margot
Quinn.
Robbie Harley Quinn outfit where it says Daddy's Little Girl on my chest. I can't wait to do that. You know how many looks I'm going to get wearing that outfit?
Ty, do you realize how many people dress up in crazy weird ways like you're going to?
Hopefully I'll just blend right in. I'd rather
that's what I was about to say. Is I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, look at this freak while he's dressed like someone's dressed like I don't know because Comic-Con is obviously more for comic books, but you even see people that aren't comics, like they get dressed up as characters from other things too. Why Harley Quinn of all? Like why that?
That was the punishment that was picked out. So originally it was going to be, I'm blanking on the character that I was going to have to dress up as, but then some coworkers of one of my buddies said, no, you should make him dress up as Harley Quinn. And so it became Harley Quinn.
Wonderful.
So are you dressing up tonight for the Avengers premiere?
No, I'm not. I'm not that crazy. But I was crazy enough to order tickets to the IMAX theater the second that they were available and made sure that me and my brother got our seats reserved for the Avengers tonight. I'm pumped. 3 hours long, though, for a movie with no intermission. I had to go online and look up an article that gives you the best times to go pee during this movie. Like the lulls in the plot. So all I know is, and I'm gonna pass this out to all you folks if you're gonna see the Avengers. When the Hulk eats lunch in the Avengers Endgame, that is your cue to go pee if you need to go pee. I read that in an article. You're welcome. I'm here for the people. More of the Morning Rush coming up next. Stay with us.
I'm here at Alma Tractor and Equipment visiting with Jim Barker about his open house April 26th and 27th, and you've got some mowers out here.
We have a very large selection of mowers from both Skag and Bad Boy. We have everything from a small residential style mower all the way up to a commercial or large estate style zero turn. We also want to point out that we have a mower for about any budget as well. Many people think they can't afford a zero turn mower. We'd like to encourage you to come by and take a look because we have a large selection to pick from.
Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma, or check us out online at almatractor.com.
Or Nissan has the most affordable cars in every category. Most affordable sedan. This 2019 Nissan Versa sedan is only $11,957. America's most affordable pickup. This 2019 Nissan Frontier is $21,389. Most affordable SUV. This 2019 Nissan Kicks is $19,824. Most affordable 7-passenger V6 SUV. This 2019 Nissan Pathfinder is $28,607. Plus, only Or Nissan gives you a lifetime powertrain warranty and free car washes for life. So head to Or Nissan in Fort Smith under the giant American American flag.
Unlimited personal group training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club. Personal group training is a great way to create accountability for your fitness while improving mobility, endurance, and overall wellness. Reach your fitness goals faster with personal group training. Only $60 a month. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. These workouts are high intensity and get results in under an hour. Only $60 a month. Call for class schedules and details. 479-926-0193. Results happen here at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through cover drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
ESPN 95.3.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. It is time for your SEC update presented by Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear. The hottest clothing styles at the lowest prices for men and women, and you have to see it to believe it. All of your favorite brands under one roof, including Billabong, Southern Marsh, Fayetteville, Branded Lifestyle, Under Armour, Columbia, Carhartt, Blowfish, Southern Tide, and 10,000 square feet of clothes of name brand clothing. Men's and women's shoes, boots, accessories, housewares, furniture, skincare, and more. And also now selling Young Living essential oils and accessories. That is all at Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear, just on Highway 412 west of Springdale in Tawnytown, or online at ozarksportsman.net. All right, so your SEC update. I'll try to get this name right. I hate this. Amir Abdur-Rahim. Think I got that right? He's the head coach of Kennesaw State now in basketball. Well, he was actually a former assistant coach at Texas A&M in basketball in 2017. He has been named in the FBI case. As far as where the story, he's alleged. It's all allegedly. But allegedly, he was talking to Christian Dawkins, which he was the main person in this whole ordeal. He was the big name, and he was representing a few of the big-time players in high school basketball, Zion Williamson being one of them. But anyways, Abdur-Rahim sent Christian Dawkins a pair of shoes that was stuffed with $11,000 inside of those shoes in order to appeal to a particular player to come to Texas A&M. Does that mean anything? I don't know. But it seems like the more and more of this FBI case that comes out, the more and more you realize that there are a lot of people involved in this situation. But I can guarantee you one thing, folks. You will not hear Arkansas or any coach that's been at Arkansas mentioned in this FBI case.
Well, don't say that. Never say never. No, don't be the radio host. Don't be the Arkansas sports media member that comes out and says that.
I'm saying it. I will put a lockdown guarantee on that.
And then we go back to the fact that if Arkansas was cheating, they were cheating for this. Now, baseball, you can understand, but he's not cheating. DVH and his staff are not cheating. But for football and basketball, if they were cheating for what you've had the past couple years, you're cheating for that.
Not worth it.
You're going to cheat, go all the way.
Yeah, if you're going to cheat, you better get something out of it. I've always felt that way. Like Ole Miss, some of the Ole Miss fans say the way that they cheated was worth it because they beat Alabama twice. They had, had a great, College Game Day with Katy Perry there. Like they didn't win a national championship, didn't even play for an SEC title, but some of the moments they had was really great, especially when it was promoting the brand. But yeah, if you're like some of these other basketball teams that are going to mention, like NC State, like, okay, you didn't have anything to show for the success you had in basketball or lack thereof. So, but what's funny and also dealing with that case is a lot of these football programs have been named from this FBI case dealing with basketball. Clemson being one of them. Because Clemson basketball, an assistant coach there, Steve Smith, he was caught on wiretap talking with Christian Dawkins, saying pretty vague things, but coming out with the comment of, hey, when you're here at Clemson, you just got to do it the way that football does it. Keep everything really tight and close lid. You just got to do it that way. So again, does that mean anything? No, but it certainly sounds like there's been some shadiness going on. I think there's shadiness going on everywhere. And that's the thing, is it's just, if you're a big-time program in basketball especially, like, is there any doubt that Duke has done some shady things or has cheated a little bit to have the success, or North Carolina?
For whatever reason, there's this stigma around Coach K and his program that he doesn't cheat. They do it the right way. It's kind of like you always joke about the Cardinal way for St. Louis baseball fans.
Yes.
There's the same applicable type of mention when it comes to Duke basketball, the brotherhood, the right way. And they have a lot of media members that are former Duke players, which kind of eggs on to the fact of that mindset. But there's no doubt in my mind that Duke basketball in some way, shape, or form is cheating according to the NCAA.
Well, and Kentucky is even the same way. Like, they truly believe this, that if a player was named, say in this Zion Williamson, if it came out that he was paid $500,000 or something like that to go to Duke, just some random number. Say if that came out. Kentucky was recruiting really hard after Zion Williamson. And if that came out that Zion Williamson got that money, they'd say, well, that's why he didn't come to Kentucky, because we just didn't want to pay him the amount of money. Because they firmly believe that the players that go to Kentucky, those 5-star athletes, those caliber athletes, go there because they want to go to Kentucky. Even though all these other schools are offering them a bunch of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, they turn that money down because they want to go to Kentucky for free.
It's like the story you always bring up with Cam Newton and how Mississippi State was requested by his father Cecil to pay.
Exactly.
Was it $180,000 or $200,000?
I think it was $180,000.
And he just decided to go to Auburn for free.
Yeah,
that's not a feasible.
It's not
idea
logical.
To have. It's not logical at all to have. And with the Duke Kentucky thing, I think it's always funny how Matt Jones accused John Calipari's the big radio host, for those who don't know, Kentucky Sports Radio down there in Kentucky, accused John Calipari of cheating on message boards back when he was at Memphis, and then he comes over to Kentucky, and all those accusations, all those threats, all that whole idea of John Cal doesn't do it the right way just goes off into the wind, because he's at Kentucky now, and at Kentucky, that's never happened before.
And that's when the fandom comes into play. Because here's the thing, folks. Arkansas would be the same way. You'd like to say you wouldn't, but I'm telling you right now, when Calipari was at Memphis, and there was a lot of hatred towards Calipari when he was at Memphis because of some of the comments he made about Arkansas not being a nationally relevant program anymore.
Took away that series.
It took away the series, stopped it. Like, there was just a lot of clout from that. I guarantee you that after John Pelphrey was fired, and if Arkansas would have hired John Calipari somehow, and he was delivering big-time success, you would forget about all those things. You'd become your guy. He would become your coach, because winning and success comes on with it. Same thing with Kentucky and all those fans, is that they all hated Calipari. But when you got him, and he's been delivering results, I still think he's underachieving for how much he's getting paid and how much talent he's had. But they still winning at a consistently high level, still one of the better teams in the country pretty much year in and year out. You know, you've overlooked those things. And also the thing about, when you brought up Matt Jones, the biggest thing about him is that he liked to say, like, oh, I was shown the light. Like, he came in and he proved me wrong. No, he didn't. What he did is he does just like with every other recruit or with any other person, he pulls on that used car salesman charm and he just plays it perfectly to where, I mean, he washes his hands of any blame of anything. It has nothing to even recruit. Like, how many times have you heard him talk about when his team gets blown out or gets beat by a team they shouldn't lose to?
Young players.
Yeah, come on. Like, what do you expect? I mean, we got 6 freshmen on here. Okay, your 6 freshmen are going to be NBA lottery picks. Like, you know, he's great at that. So, and it's the same way going in with, I'm sure, because I'm curious how this whole basketball thing is going to play out with the FBI, if any teams actually get hammered with it. But, you know, for people, if Duke got hit with it, the Zion Williamson thing, North Carolina or Kansas, what's going on with them and Bill Self, if any of those programs get hit with it, it won't be surprising. But if I hear Kentucky fans come out and say, yeah, see, we do it the right way, I'm like, don't give me that, man. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining on that. So, but it'll be curious to see how that FBI investigation plays out. In other news, this may not be as big of news in the SEC front to all of you as it is to maybe us in the media, but Greg Sankey of the SEC, the commissioner, he is considering moving SEC Media Days for 2020 to Dallas, Texas. Now, this year in July, SEC Media Days will be at Hoover, just where it's been pretty much every single year besides last year where it was at Atlanta for the college football Hall of Fame and how awesome that was. I mean,
Great setup. Fantastic.
That was a great setup. I was actually really lucky to go to that because it was happened to be the week after I was in the Keys, so it was perfect timing there. But it was an awesome setup. It's really cool just being there in the Atlanta area with all the history and tradition, and then being taken over to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the brand new Atlanta Falcons Stadium, and seeing how nice a thing that was. I mean, it was an incredible setup. Hoover, Alabama doesn't have the same pizzazz and
luster, attraction. You could go anywhere. It's Hoover, Alabama.
Yeah, nothing against the great city of Hoover, Alabama, and the people of Birmingham.
It's right outside. Birmingham used to be a poppin' city, but it's kind of gone by the wayside.
Yeah, and so there's some people in the media that love it when it's in Hoover, Alabama, but it's centrally located. I get it as far as the SEC, and Alabama. The state of Alabama is the driving force of the SEC, and not to say that there aren't other schools that care, but it's about Alabama, so I get it. But if they put it in Dallas, it'll be great for us here in Arkansas because it's a lot closer.
About 4 hours, yep.
I mean, if you live in Little Rock, my goodness, you just get on I-30 and there you are. I mean, you're in Dallas. So it makes it a lot easier from that front. Dallas is a great city. I'm sure there will be some sort of accommodations made from Mr. Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe he'll bring us over to his stadium, or maybe just the Arkansas media. I don't know. But they're looking at other places too, possibly in Tampa or Orlando, Charlotte, Nashville, St. Louis. San Antonio was one of the places too. I thought that'd be way, way out of the way. Like Dallas is already kind of out of the way. St. Louis is kind of out of the way, but you're talking about way out there if you go to San Antonio. That's kind of a odd place to have it. But either way, again, that means nothing to any of you. None of you probably care, but to us in the media at SEC Media Days, because the driving conversation of this, because we may talk about this next week because I think it's fascinating, is even though they're moving around or possibly moving around the SEC Media Days, some people want to see the same thing done when it comes to the SEC championship game in football. Some people, not saying all, some people want it to alternate sites instead of just being in Atlanta every year. They'd like to see it in New Orleans, for instance. They'd like to see it maybe in Nashville. I'd like to see it maybe in Tampa. Somewhere like that. Maybe in Charlotte, where Carolina's at. You have other NFL stadiums to play at. I think Atlanta's the perfect place for it, but there are people that wish that it could move around too, have alternate sites on it. So I don't know if that'll happen. Again, I think that it's more just hopeful and wishful thinking. But Atlanta's about as good as it gets when it comes to Georgia being close in the center of the state and not saying it's the center of SEC country, but when you think of the SEC, you pretty much think of Georgia. But we'll see how that plays out. We got to take one final commercial break here on the Morning Rush on a Fastball Friday presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith, where state sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot. Now through the end of the month, you can save hundreds, even thousands, but you must buy in April to get your state sales tax paid. Hey, listen, we bought from Harry Robinson here on the Morning Rush. We're all Harry Robinson people. They take great care of you. They have you some great salespeople out there that'll make sure you get taken care of, so be sure to check them out. Again, Harry Robinson Buick GMC Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith. Final segment of the Morning Rush coming up next.
This is Fastball Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You can shop online anytime at harryrobinson.com.
Wow, this is hard. Not every game is meant to be big, like bobbing for watermelons, for instance. But the Big Win Scratch-Off from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is. This enormous ticket is packed full of ways to win big, and has a top prize of $250,000. Yep, it's time to get down to bigness. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Right now at Riggs Cat, your local cat dealer, get 0% for 48 months or up to $9,000 cash back on new cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. That's Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. Terms and conditions apply.
State state sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Frank Roll Furniture, with the best seats in the house for the month of April, is offering no sales tax and free delivery within 30 miles. Plus, yes, that's right, plus 15% off on all cash, check, or card sales, and 10% off on our in-store no credit check financing. Again, April, 15% off cash, check, or card, and 10% off our in-store no credit check financing with no sales tax and free delivery within 30 miles. Frank Roll Furniture, the best seats in the house. TVs and appliances excluded.
Hey, this is Scott from Calico County, and it's time for some springtime specials. First, it's our chicken breast salads. Fresh salad fixings, including our own croutons, topped with juicy chunks of chicken prepared the way you like it. Fried, grilled, blackened, or even buffalo style, all served with a salad dressing we make in-house as well. Or your second choice is those same chunks of chicken wrapped in a warm tortilla to make a delicious wrap. Of course, both come with one of our cinnamon rolls, so whether it be breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, we're Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
This is Mark Hurst. How important is new technology? That's a question I was recently asked by a student at a career day presentation at a local school. At Hurst Family Dental Care, we use new technology like digital x-rays, an iTero scanner instead of those messy impressions, and an Invisalign outcome simulator which can show you within minutes how Invisalign can straighten your teeth. Give us a call at 474-1972 and let us show you how new technology makes a difference in the way we are able to care for you. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
Spring into color at the paint store in Van Buren. Your favorite choice for inspiration in choosing those vibrant colors from Richards Paints to finish your warm weather renovations. The paint store in Van Buren is contractor friendly and special orders don't upset them. Sue and Vicky, with over 30 years of experience, welcome all your painting questions and will help you feel confident in your choices of Richards Paints. The paint store is at 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren. Come and see them or check them out on Facebook today.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Call them at 479-997-2366 or log on to BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
ESPN 95.3.
I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I ain't
Get after the guys on Twitter at Rush John Neighbors and at Tommy Kraft ESPN. This is the Morning Rush.
Final segment of the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody that's been listening in this morning. It's been a fun-filled show, fun-filled weekend. And here it is, coming to the end, getting ready for the weekend. It's going to be an exciting time, not only for Razorback baseball, but you still have the NFL draft continuing on. For me, as much as I love Razorback baseball and as much as I love the NFL draft, to me, this weekend is about the Avengers Endgame and the Battle of Winterfell for Game of Thrones on Sunday night.
It's a wild-packed weekend.
I'm telling you. Like, I don't know how emotionally I'm going to be able to handle it. I get really I'm emotionally invested in both Avengers and Game of Thrones. And I'm not saying like I'm a comic book nerd. I just enjoy the movies. Like, that's the thing is I enjoy Harry Potter movies. I've never read the books. I'm not a book reader. I know that's hard for so many people to believe who listen to the show that I don't read books, but just never really been my thing. But I enjoy the movies. It's going to be the same thing with the Marvel movies. I don't know anything about the comics. I can't tell you the last time I read a comic book. I just know the heroes, and I know that they've done a really good job on the film. From looks like for all the reviews and everything coming out about it, it's going to change my life. 3 hours long for a movie. That's still like, I think the only other movie that I've seen 2 other movies that were 3 hours long in movie theaters. One of them, and it's funny because both of them were directed by Martin Scorsese. One of them was The Aviator, and the other one was The Wolf of Wall Street.
Both Leo movies.
Yeah, both Leo movies and Martin Scorsese movies. And then this one.
I still haven't seen The Aviator, but
great movie, by the way, if you ever get a chance to watch it. About Howard Hughes. Really fascinating movie.
That's the one with Kate Beckinsale, right?
Yes. Yeah, it has her. It has a lot of people in it. John C. Reilly's in it. Willem Dafoe's in it. It's got a lot of cameos and whatnot. So, yeah, if you get a chance to check that out, it's a great movie. But, yeah, after Avengers tonight, an IMAX, looking forward to that. And then Game of Thrones, which we're watching in the theater room at our apartment complex there on Sunday night. So that's going to be a lot of fun, too. It's just a big weekend for those of you who are like me and who enjoy these shows and these films and all of that. So really looking forward to that. By the way, yesterday, we didn't really talk about this. I know, Ty, you and Phil did on your show about how yesterday was April 25th. And if you look at the date, it is 4/25, which has been coined as Happy 4th and 25 Day from the 2015 matchup between Arkansas and Ole Miss, the Hunter Henry Heave, what is it called? Did they ever come up with an actual term for it?
Swine intervention.
Is that
what I've heard?
Okay. I've heard the Henry Heave too. Just there's a lot of names for it. You know what we're talking about though. When Arkansas beat Ole Miss not only to win the game in overtime, that play didn't win the game, but it kept the game alive, and Arkansas ended up winning it, and then essentially kept Ole Miss out of the SEC title game. Just crazy to think about. But I tweeted this out yesterday when you had put out the video of that 4th and 25 play. Listen, in college football, we've seen some amazing plays. We've seen Hail Mary plays. You know, you think of the Doug Flutie Boston College over Miami Hail Mary play. You know, that's one of the more famous ones. We've seen plays like this Cal Stanford game way back in the early 80s where the constant laterals and the bands on the field and hit that. It's been not as often because the rules have changed, but we have even seen kick six plays happen in football. I know Alabama and Auburn by far is the craziest one, but we've seen it happen even in the NFL at times too. But that play between Arkansas and Ole Miss on 4th and 25, there's not a play in the history of football like it, at least not that I've been able to find. There's never been a play where, because you're talking about everything has to go perfectly right. You have to, Brandon Allen has to make that pass to Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry has to get hit and have the presence of mind to where he's so much bigger than the tackler that his upper body is free enough to throw the ball just over his head on a crapshoot. It has to fall behind the offensive line that's back there and also right in front of Alex Collins.
Skipper tipped it.
Yeah, he tipped it first.
And then it projected to his
behind
hands.
it.
Yeah.
And then it bounced perfectly off the ground right in Alex Collins' hands. He didn't have to bend over and pick it up from the ground or chase after. It just went right into his hands. And then to have the presence of mind, those wide receivers and offensive line and tight ends to block in front of him. And then not on all that, Alex Collins gets there, gets the first down. He thought he needed a touchdown. He tries to lateral the ball back at the very last second, which would have been a fumble. But the presence of mind of Dominic Reed to be right there and fall on the ball as quickly as possible to make that play happen is still just one of the more incredible things you'll ever see in sports.
It's crazy how many Ole Miss players were on that side of the field and how the walls just opened, the gates just opened. The sea was just parted for Alex Collins to make the play, and the presence of mind, as you mentioned, for the linemen, the wide receivers, and everyone else to give him.
Yep.
So again, he had I don't know at that point in time where he caught the ball, but it was 4th and 25. So he might have caught it a little short of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Still got to go 20-plus yards.
And not only that, too, but if you think about it, I'm sure, and no one will admit it, but I'm sure that there was a few of those Ole Miss defenders that when they saw their team run out onto the field and it was so loud because they thought the game was over, they probably stopped playing a little bit. Not saying all of them did, but some of them did. So one of the craziest plays, one of the greatest plays, and one of the few bright moments of the Burt Bielema era at Arkansas. So at least you can always hold that onto that. Appreciate everybody listening in to the Morning Rush today. For Tommy Kraft and Ty Richardson, I am John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel. Next Monday, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We will see you then.